welcome back to, what episode is it?
4.
Episode 4, season 4. 4 squared.
Pardon me.
4 squared with 4 squares.
4 men in episode 4, season 4.
We had an hour week gap, week at the knees. I actually had an idea to make a video where we'd like we'd get a notification for our phone saying we'd be missing our week and we'd be like, fuck's sake, not again, but we ended up not doing that. So so me and Jay made an unreal short film that I don't know how it missed out in the Oscars, but I mean, how's everybody feeling after this week break?
Aye, good. I'm actually fairly well motivated today.
I feel like I feel like a podcast virgin.
Aye.
Like Bradley said that to me the other day, and I was like, I'm the same.
Like a podcast virgin,
But
For the very first time. Aye, fucking right.
Is anybody got any major headline stories any want to talk about after Ripper before we get into the bolo song?
Aye, but I think we should just go for the bolo
We're
song.
He's
shaking.
one
We're
straight in
too shaking here for this ball of soul, man.
It's been
definitely.
2 weeks, we're scratching our arms, we're scratching our necks, we're going, fuck, we've not had the bolo song in 2 weeks.
Right.
Goes up twitch.
You going for first, McKeff?
Whoa, man, you've got one that's let loose.
Aye, it's getting patched.
We added in a few more before we started recording.
Okay.
Let's see.
Favourite snout spot? Explain.
Oh, this was my new one today, actually.
This
There you
new
go.
one? Nice.
So,
That's quite a good
favourite place you've ever smoked a fag, and or the best place to smoke a fag recurring?
Oh. It's quite hard because there's actually I've smoked fags on Milton Bridge, just
Milton
after
Bridge,
Christmas, and it's
that's
fucking
good.
peak, and Sheep's Hill, just near the mountain as well. Both them are peak.
They are
But
peak.
then I've smoked fags in Prague on a balcony. I think on a balcony,
Holiday fag on a
a
balcony.
holiday fag, a fag in Mali or Magaluf or whatever on a balcony. Also, fucking fags abroad, generally speaking.
With like a what they call it, a Bacardi Breezer or something.
Aye, just anything.
We're booking one the new.
I
Where we
think
go?
anything like that is fucking pretty peak. Anything abroad, see when it's kind of warm, but you're kind of wrecked. Fag, beer garden fag and all, man.
Beer garden's good.
There's nothing better. It's get the hustle and the bustle of folk, and the sun's kind of beating down. You're a bit sweaty, but you're drinking a kind of cocktaily type thing, and it's got ice in it, and there's condensation outside of the glass, and you can feel the wetness in your fingers, and then you pick up, and then you take a draw of your fag. That
It's peak.
that is a good fag.
Good fag.
I remember, do you know Ryan Marion? No, I don't think as well. He used to stay in Dundonald and used to throw some pretty good house parties when we were at school and that. And I remember he used to kind of live in a half farm, not quite farm thing, but he had a big path. He used to go up the hill up to this woodland bit, and there was an amazing view over just that area of the country. It was amazing. And there was one time we went up and we were smoking a fag at the top of the hill, and there was a forest fire down, and you could see it.
Wow.
And we were this is one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. And we were just this is class.
That's peak.
We had to phone the police and that, the fire brigade and all that. It's unreal, man.
Did
It was
it
class.
extinguish?
But it was fine. It turned to be alright. But one of the greatest moments of my teenage life was just standing at the top of that hill, because it was a beautiful sunset and all that, and I was this is amazing.
That's peak. I do enjoy that.
So,
Therefore, I would enjoy that.
I've got two in my head, but
I can't stop thinking about a holiday one. I think that's just. I don't know.
I think anything with a view, man. See a big hill.
If you do have a view, certainly 100%. I'm just about that. See a cold drink with
Would
the
you
sun
be going
and the fag combo.
solo or with company, good company?
I think way company is a preference. There's obviously fucking certain mood enhancing substances that one could take that also makes a fag crazy, but it's less a place and it's more a kind of aura, although what I was describing is more a feeling than the
situation.
actual. Aye, but I would say way company. A fag's better way company if it's good company. I think fag with bad company is kind of rough. See somebody that you don't know very well, and sometimes you had it off with folk and you're like, oh, this cunt's so sound, I'm loving this fag that I'm smoking. But then see if they're a wee bit nippy, or they're fucking doing your head in a wee bit, and you're chuffing your fag real quick.
See, I like it with a stranger, and you can just tell them any kind of nonsense you want, man. Just make up any shite, man.
sorry,
Just
somebody's
incredible.
trying to phone me. I'm just going.
Aye. That's fine anyway.
Don't know.
26, don't know.
I know. See when you actually do speak to like a stranger, and it's just like I don't often do it, but you do realise that you could just fucking say anything,
Aye.
and they wouldn't have a clue. But I've got normally when I describe anything to folk, and they probably think I'm talking shit anyway. Like fucking. I know I'm fucking.
I've definitely done that before because I've been on that Reddit like fling chaos into your day, and I love just doing that wee white lies. I mean, that
Just a wee something.
cardinal sins out here, but
I fucking love it. See that guy that I don't know the meme thing, and he's like, I know I'm a professional troll, and he goes on and he's
Aye.
fucking multiple accounts on multiple things, and he just literally goes on and beefs with folk online for no reason.
there's
So
one
good.
there's that thing where it's like things that feel illegal but and then there's one inciting chaos in your day, and one of my favourite inciting chaos in your day is going into an elevator and then turning round to face everybody.
I know that's peak, man.
Anyway, that's getting into the with fags, but I was just thinking about that. Definitely had a few in Prague. I'm sure I had one in a club in IB that was peak. I had one last year in Lanzarote on the beach.
Oh, nice.
And that water and I was
nice.
glistening that morning sun, and I'm like,
That'd be real nice.
baby, I'm on the blue camels.
They can.
Somebody needs to go on holiday soon, man, and bring back a biatch, man.
Oh,
a
aye.
biatch. Sorry, a batch.
I'm sure when we were in
Bring back a biatch.
what was it, Berlin, I think, and we went into one of the pubs and you could smoke.
Berlin?
You could smoke in it, and it was like they had like the normal bar bit, and then they had like a bit at the back that would be like outside,
Aye,
but
smokers' lounge
they
kind
had
of
like a tent at the top, so it was still like there was no like weather getting in, but you could smoke on the dance floor, man, and it was pretty peak.
Aye, that sounds
It wasn't
alright.
pure later or anything, so it was just more a kind of mellow movement, fucking smoking a fag, so good.
You're allowed to smoke fags inside Copenhagen pubs and that. You're still
Aye.
allowed to smoke inside, and it's wild.
It's quite a lot
I
of
like
foreign
that.
European
Like,
places.
folk could just allowed to like walk into like a 7-Eleven smoking a fag, man. It's crazy.
Can I do that thing that we did last week when we were talking about the Brown talking about like the best place or worst place to do a pod? What about the worst place?
To smoke a
Worst place to
fag.
smoke a fag.
What about in a bin and you can't get the lid off?
That would be crazy. I'll do
Next
it.
day, I don't know, at the end of a nozzle at a petrol station.
Well, aye,
That's
that
just
would.
danger.
That's pure danger. I suppose, like if you were in a hospital or something, you sparked up a fag. Ken, it's see that Sean Penn thing, and he's smoking at the awards show.
Oh, aye, the SAG. Aye, it was the SAG Awards. Or the,
He is something else, anyway.
I was just trying to think of something. One of the worst fads would be the last fag before you get scudded with a bus.
Aye, that would be one of the worst places.
Because you wouldn't have been able to take in that that's your last cig, so you wouldn't have enjoyed it. You'd have just palmed it off as just another cigarette.
Or what if you went to put it in your mouth and then you put the lighter, and as soon as it's got hanging, then you get scudded, so you don't actually even get
I'll
it.
tell you the worst
That would
fags
be
are
crazy.
the ones where you're that steaming, you've lit the wrong end, and then you continue to still just smoke
Done that a
with
few times. See with the menthols, man.
Aye,
It's like
'cause
smoking
the
the bar.
plasticky bit and that
crush
on the
ball,
bottom.
man.
Aye, because what is that, fiberglass or something in that, man? Smoking fiberglass.
Smoke
You can't have
Wendy's.
too many of the wrongly sided lit cigarettes in your life, man.
Do you know something that just came to me there as well? See the amount of fags I've smoked. So like you were saying, like you wouldn't be able to appreciate it was your last fag. There is a lot of fags that I've smoked where I've appreciated it. The one actually that I've not mentioned yet is a fag off the train
Aye,
to Glasgow.
we knew he was talking about
like
it.
Aye, I was going to say we've been there, but-
but it is the best because you go into the train, you've not got much nicotine in your system, if any. Like in Airfolk's case, I've always got at least quite a lot in there, and you have like a couple of drinks, maybe a Ford Loco, and you actually roll off the train half cut, and see when you get out and you can like feel the fresh air, and as soon as you can feel the fresh air, you fucking fuck that freshness up with a fag, man. And it like every time it hits so good. It always hits so good. But what I was going to say was, see the amount of fags I've smoked and I've no done, like I've just been smoking a fag, like it's just smoking a fag, like there's no culture in it, there's no process, there's no ritual, it's just smoking a fag, and they're like no that good.
We've actually mythologized the fucking ones after train.
yeah, I don't know why it's so, because surely I wonder if our folk have that, but they do, because some folk like the first fag in the morning with a coffee is kind of ritual and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
off my Instagram reels, man.
Aye.
First fag with coffee.
Aye,
I
because
think
that
it
is.
does have a ritualistic thing that's like, oh, that whatever, like folk will maybe like go on holiday and go, oh, like I like doing whatever in the
Aye,
morning,
go
like
to the
something that
beach first,
kickstarts, because that's like
Aye.
the starter of
Aye.
a,
So
of
when
a
I,
day.
when I get my full fat can of Monster, man, when I wake up, which is a crazy thing. Sometimes before I've even brushed my teeth, I'm just
see there, do there after. See there,
You
do
brush
there.
your teeth with some white monster.
After I finished my work, I had one of my favourite OG ones, the Doctor, man. I used to
Doctor.
love. I bought one after my work the other day because I was like, fuck it, I need it. Which, when I tell you, wow, when I cracked that open and took a drink, I could feel it pulsating through my fucking body, and I was like, oh baby,
energy
man.
cans have that aura. See if like
Freezing cold.
see if you're in like the kind of, because I used to, like, depending on what job I've been in, some jobs I would be driving about, air jobs I wouldn't, and do. But there would always be like a kind of like a specific point in my day where I would be able to get someone, get a can, and I would crack it. Or working in a call centre, and you get your can before you go in, and then you take it and you crack it at your desk, and you're like, fucking finally. And then you get your second one on lunch, and then you would feel that you were going to die for the rest of the
So I
shift.
feel about Coke Zero now, man. It's just
And
it's too
Pepsi
good.
Max can
It's like a
sometimes be like
snack.
that. If it's, I think, see, as long as drinks are cold, they have the ability to be that kind of ritual vibe, man. But obviously, the energy drinks have the double done of fucking making you feel like you're going to shit your pants. Not quite literally, but you know what I mean.
I once smoked a fag on top of a guy's house out in the middle of a cabin up north.
Cabin
It was
fags.
like me. Oh, it was incredible. He had a big fire going. He had speakers that were like massive, and I think it was him and his dad that stayed out there. So it was out in the middle of nowhere. It was like 3 in the morning, and he had like Astro on top of his roof. So it was less cabin, but you could go and tap it. And like we were like, oh, like out of dream that, and smoking these fags, like just lucking out at nothingness, and it was incredible, man.
By the way, we probably should say, just for the removal of any doubt, that smoking a fag isn't killing a person that's no heterosexual. Just in case
just in the
somebody's
off chance.
watching this that isn't Scottish on the half chance.
Because imagine somebody was actually sitting watching that pure fizzing the full time. Like, they'd be like, how can they get away with this?
We go into Instagram the next day. Yeah, man, I was on this Scottish podcast and they were talking about smoking fags, and I don't agree with
It's 2026, man. It's not the 80s.
Bye.
I know, it's fuck it. What I was going to say, hot tub fag, man.
Hot tub is
Aye,
good.
hot tub.
But you're not meant to. You're not meant to, but a hot
If
tub.
you hang out outside,
Hot tub vapes, good. That's
Hot
kind of
tub
the
vapes
safe
peak.
equivalent. Innit?
Hot tub vape. Vapes don't have the same vibe, except that one that we love, man, which we spoke about before. So we'll not do it again.
No, we will not, but
But
we will do it
aye.
again when we buy 5 to take to that wedding. We're going to.
We need to fin some.
Can
Maybe we
can
could order
somebody
some.
that I would like to do this in the summer, right? Aye, maybe we could. In fact, I've got them in. I seen them the other day when I was paying for my
We're at
the
Kings.
Doctor. Aye,
What, they got them in Kings.
I seen it, man.
Right.
The Mad Ice
It was
vape
like an
things.
actual. It was like
the Crystal Hugo.
shine.
aye.
I just looked at it.
Aye,
This thing I go, I'm coming in here in 3 weeks' time. I think
Good.
we begin for this. I think everybody begin for this. I want to one day, right? We'll put our jeans on, we'll put a nice shirt on and do whatever, right? And we'll go to Glasgow. I would like to do it in France, but I'm not exactly going to be able to go to France on a whim. And we'll just go to a nice coffee shop and we'll buy a coffee that is actual £25 and you would never do it again. And you sit outside and you can both take a small book that's a very performative one if you want it to be, and maybe we'll read 2.75 pages of it, but you'll smoke a cig, man.
Aye,
I just want to do it one day to kid on, like for one day live like I'm in France and I'm like a writer in the 80s or something, and I'm just sitting outside this coffee shop with my legs like this. I want my legs to be like this. And
just
I'll
be
be
sat
like,
there.
we're booking one on a cig in there, and then I'll stop it and then I'll like sit it on the wee tray the coffee's on, take the coffee up. But I'm talking like, what is the most expensive coffee in Glasgow?
There'll be one. There'll be one.
Single end, man. It's fucking crazy.
So that's what I do.
That
I
would
don't
actually
know why,
be cool.
but it just I think on a sunny morning,
It's sunny, but it's cold, so you need to wear a big jacket.
Aye, like a trench coat.
Aye, like you don't actually want to be sweating, drinking your coffee and smoking your fag.
I wanted to be like 8:30 in the morning, and it's still relatively cold.
Ken, what I just
Sun's out.
briefly get breakfast there. We will over the summer be able to go to beer gardens and watch. No, we can't
excited.
watch the
I'm
fucking
excited.
World Cup because it's at night, innit?
No, but they're doing viewings.
Aye,
but
night time.
no, outside, aye.
Not like a sunny day.
No. Aye, but you stare. The fitness on later.
There is games at 5.
Is there ones at fat? Right, aye, that'll be fine.
Is it no 5, 8, 11 and
It'll
2?
be like fucking
Aye, no,
Curacao
it
in
might be.
Vietnam or something, man.
We will surely
me
get
up,
a
baby.
decent game.
Oh, get
It
it,
doesn't
mate.
matter if it's a decent game. Just get me a beer garden, a pack of snow, enough money to buy a few drinks, a kind of atmosphere, run about in the football on a big screen.
Aye, we could go to the Caddy or something, man, because
Like-
they've got that big telly outside.
See, and I would
defo.
literally go anywhere. That's the thing with like situations like that. Like I just want the experience of being there and in about it and just hanging. Like it's less about the environment. Well, not as the environment, but like the specific place. Just folk will be like, I love this beer garden or this one or this one in
Have you
Glasgow.
saw that
So good.
Transmit's putting on one of the football games? Two of the games. Friday, Sunday.
I think I'm going to Hampden for the opening game, the Haiti game, I'm sure.
Are you?
Aye, I'm going to be in Cyprus for the Brazil game, but man, it's going to be like 3 or 4 in the morning, man. It's crazy.
That's
You
not.
got to try and watch it.
Aye.
Just stay up.
Aye.
Holiday.
Hopefully there's like a pub open or something, man. At least like fuck knows, man. Hopefully.
Would hope
But-
so.
Or you could stock up, man, and just watch it in the room and take a wee
man.
beer.
What was the thing that happened as well? Sorry, this will maybe the last thing on the football. But
Aye, somebody can
Aye,
notice.
the councils. So some councils
Aye.
reject the license.
Aye.
So like they all basically get said I think you can apply for a license to stay open later or whatever, and then a couple of the councils said no.
But ours didn't.
And there was
I think
also
yours
stuff
said
about
that
bank,
like
is fine,
aye,
yeah.
yours is
there was
fine.
stuff
But
about bank holidays as well. Some places were giving folk a bank holiday. Like
Oh,
on
for
one of
the-
the
aye,
I
one of
think
the
Glasgow and
days.
Edinburgh have got a bank holiday, I'm sure.
Imagine-
Is it-
Is it 5 they close now? They're opening till 5,
Aye,
isn't
but
it?
they're opening up later. They're opening up at like 11, I think. So like a pub that would open up at like 6 or something. Is
Oh, they'd open at
opening
11
later.
then.
They're opening
That's
later.
mental,
aye.
innit?
It's just
is that
weird.
is it so that folk are
Aye,
not in there
aye.
all the time?
Aye,
So
so
they're
they're
like,
not like fucking
like
mad
upside
with
down on your
Wi-Fi.
stranger hanging for like the first
Aye.
game to the final game, and then your eyes are closed.
Imagine you're working there, man. You're one of the waiters or something. You start at 12. You're on till
Fucking-
6 in the morning.
Aye,
man.
that'd be
On the
pretty
night
crazy,
shift,
man.
aye, fuck
That'd be
that.
crazy.
Be able to catch fit, but that would probably be alright. I know you'd be serving cunts and stuff, but I mean, like it'll be loud
Aye,
as
it'll
shit.
be
and
jolly.
That'll be good.
Jolly.
It'd be nice
what's
if we
the
get more than
start date?
3.
What, for Scotland?
Anybody? I don't know.
Is
Is
it-
it
well, the opening
June
game's what?
24th? No,
Is it
I made
like
that up.
no? Because I think the
before
first
that,
game's
I
like the 19th of June. I think it's like a few.
It's
I
like
think it's like the
13th or
12th.
something, isn't it?
I think it
12th.
is maybe the 13th. It's like the 12th or 13th.
It's like
of June.
it's like the Friday, and then I think Scotland's first game's like the Saturday or the Sunday.
Crazy
Aye,
the
I
World
think-
Cup's actual background again, man.
Aye, wild.
Who's won that?
Don't know, man.
Brazil, because Ancelotti's the manager.
America, because fucking go the Eagles. I don't know.
Poch, aye.
The refs will come in. I believe that we can win.
We can win.
Honestly,
Actually, I
Trump will be sitting with a sniper rifle, man, ready to pop for.
I've got the fear, man. I think the English might do it this year, man. I think they
There
might.
is
team
some,
looks
I mean,
good.
their
I think
team.
they
I mean,
do it.
actual like their team in many positions, free folk deep is actually crazy, man.
Aye, it definitely
I've
is.
got the fear a wee bit, I know, but I want to put, I want to slide a Spain or France in there because they're always
Aye, thereabouts kind of thing.
Aye,
They'll be
that's
good
true.
anyway, man.
Spain haven't won it, and I know a wee bit. They know.
Do you know who I don't mind
Oh,
as
no, they
well?
won the Euros.
No, I
sorry.
don't know.
Do you know who I don't mind and all? Just they're starting 11, and then maybe as you get into some of the later subs, it's not as good. But Netherlands,
Netherlands are due to do something.
because what will their defence be? Timber, Van Dijk, Van de Ven, and somebody else
Aye,
From
it will be.
Pato or from
Well, they
aye.
have Denzel Dumfries as well.
Oh, sorry,
Denzel, aye.
That's why I quite like
on the wing.
Damon, De Jong, and Gravenberch in the midfield, folk like that.
They could be alright. They
They-
don't
they-
really have a striker, do
Did they
they?
not pick De Jong? Is it
Gakpo
Mikey De
up
Jong?
front, man.
In fact, who's the centre back for? No, it's not Barca. It's De Jong. He plays midfield, doesn't he? But he's
Aye.
a centre back rather than Van de Ven, you know.
They've got off. Is
knows?
it who's the guy who plays for? He used to play for Atlanta.
They run.
Koopmein's
No, Koopmeiners.
Reinders as well.
Reinders as well, aye.
This is
Quite good
the kind of
And,
folk are watching
aye.
this podcast and it is 4 men naming footballers, but
Who's their striker? Then?
Dubai, and he for some reason
Memphis.
for some reason
Cody Gakpo.
Memphis seems to cook with him, but then maybe no
Aye,
plays.
no,
so
so
like-
much.
Cody Gakpo.
Aye.
Cody Gakpo
Cody
scores
Gakpo.
every game for the Netherlands, but he's mince.
I don't know.
For us-
It was a video I was watching the other day, and somebody was talking about that Dutch team, and I was like, they were
Aye.
beating it, and I was like, what the
Aye,
fuck?
Ken Men.
Anyway, bye, bowl us
Aye, you bowl us all.
A bowl of soul.
I will say, just to finish off in the snout, smoking
Oh,
gun.
aye.
I do love the feeling of, like, see when you have like the one hand gripped around a pint and you've got a fag like perfectly balanced in between two fingers.
Do you smoke with your right or left hand? Because I'm left on it, so I smoke my left. Like, see if I have a fag my right, it doesn't happen.
Right hand.
I was my left, have to.
I don't know. I feel like I switch sometimes, man.
Left.
Both hands.
I know.
Days.
I think left on because I think I would light it with my right. Like that would be my primary hand. The left. Right.
I mean, I guess this kind of melds in a wee bit to what we were just talking about. But favourite time of the day. I love how it says AM, PM, etc. But there only is AM and PM.
I'm guessing that was one I wrote it. Because I'm the fucking fanny. Because I'm the thick idiot. Here, I've got a 2-1 for
Do you know what? There is something else on that I could say, but I'm too big to say it to you, and I love you too much as a person.
I farted when you were trying to put your head on. You can see what you want. I deserve it.
Right.
Aye, but tell us what is it?
No,
I
sorry,
would say
right.
AM, PM, etc. So that, like, the idea was like, what's your favourite time of day? Like,
AM or PM?
Aye.
It was just funny the suggestion there could be like a DM somewhere like, we've no discovered yet, right?
CMT, man. KMT.
What I'm trying to ask you about is the question: do you prefer morning, morning or night, or is there like an hour you want to know? You want 3 PM?
Favourite time of day, aye. AM or PM?
Anytime I'm going,
etc. Goon maxing.
Well,
You've just been demonetised.
I can rule out anything between like 7 AM and like 11 because preferably I'm never awake.
When
during
was the
the
last time you saw those hours?
No, that's what I mean. I don't.
When do you reckon you saw those hours?
Sometimes I'll wake up at 8 and then I'll actually fall back asleep after being awake for half an hour. It's crazy.
anytime. No, it doesn't matter. Right, when you go to the back hang of the toilet, the cistern. Anytime I'm shiting, but I'm like stinning with my bare feet webbed out. Cistern's my favourite time. After my work, just doing to my nothings, man. After my work, and I'm standing on the cistern, shitting off it,
holding onto the pan for dear life,
shouting bums away.
Do you ever because I don't know if that's specific to me, but sometimes that there's a radiator in front of me, so sometimes if I'm doing a shite, then I'll need to and it's just it doesn't seem, and I need a different position. I'll get my leg right up on the radiator and try and take this pose.
Well, folk do.
whilst panning.
Aye, whilst panning.
Folk have got the wee stand things where you can get your knees up a wee bit because it's like the natural squat.
Aye, because you're meant to squat when you shite. Aye, so I trying to engage my system in different ways.
This is when for favourite time of day, favourite pan position.
Anyway, sorry, that's my fault. Favourite time of day, man.
I think it depends what's happening in your day and what's happening the next day.
I like 8 o'clock, I think.
In the morning.
No.
8 o'clock at night is class if you're after the next day and you've not been working that day.
Which I have been for ages, so 8 o'clock just...
Because 8 o'clock could be Fitbit could be on, you've got time to watch a film and it's usually 2 hours, so it'll finish by 10.
Aye, that's why I like it.
And also if it was 8 o'clock on a Friday, you could probably get wrecked and still go to bed at this time.
If you were going out and that 8 o'clock's that time, 8 o'clock's normally Wayne's bedtime vibes and all that as well.
Champions League
stuff. 8 o'clock's a good, I think, fair hangy. 5 o'clock on a weekend's quite good if you're doing something, man. See if you're heading out, man.
That links into your thing, because I was going to say time changes if either you're off, not your work, or it's a Sunday or a Saturday. Sundays and Saturday, because see early morning on a Sunday, if the sun's starting to come out but there's nobody about,
man.
It's quite
and maybe
nice.
you're going to the shop and it's maybe the shop's just open or whatever, maybe it's 8 in the morning, and I don't know, there's something about that that's kind of nice, but that has to be a Sunday. So
that is specifically a Sunday. I suppose a Saturday could, if you're up early on a Saturday and you're out. Again, normally I'm only ever up if I have to be doing something at daytimes. I just don't wake up early.
See, in the summer, I like doing that because honestly, see if you are off that day, it fills you with a sense of, I've still got a full day ahead. I'm going to shop to buy some breakfast.
Aye. And you just know that there's so much possibility and wonder.
Aye.
Wonderlust.
And you'll probably end up not doing anything that special.
I never do, man.
is it them to get any times they hate? Ken what I fucking hate? Actual fling it in the bin. And I would probably think differently about this depending on which shifts you were working on at. 4 PM can suck my full ass, man.
4 PM is quite stinky, innit?
Like, what is 4 PM?
It pure depends on your hangy, because like 4 in some jobs you might just be finished, so it would be like that would be the best hang ever. But then also like there's jobs where, see if you're working a back shift and it's fucking you're working till 10 and it's 4 o'clock, you're like, fucking just end me, man.
My least
like,
favourite time is probably like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 1 PM or 2 PM, because if I'm a back shift I usually start running about then.
I see they 2 hours before the start of a back shift.
And also like, see, even if I'm off on a day, right, say I wake up at 8 o'clock and like I watch a film at 11 and it's like 1 o'clock, I'm like, it's after midday. Don't know, 1 PM's just not that great.
That's what 4's like for me.
Aye, 1 or 2 is not great.
The day's winding down.
It's night time. You've no done anything today, you fat bastard.
Then
night time.
you've got like dinner times and stuff as well. Like when you eat, like I don't eat breakfast and most of the time don't really eat lunch either, man. But
just drinks cans of Monster.
I just drink cans of Monster and like nibble things out the fridge and that.
My dinner times have evolved so much in my life, man. Like I've went all different directions. See, in my house when I was younger, we were 5 PM stacked for dinner. And then I grew up a bit and it started getting later and later. And then I've noticed I've kind of brought it back to maybe a 5:30, 5:45 kind of.
I think 6 o'clock's good for a dinner. Like it's like a nice.
I don't think I've had dinner at the same time like more than 1 day in a row like for the last 4 years.
See when it's shift work and that, obviously it fucks you up. But
it's
then
always changing. Like, I mean, I try and do around about 5 or 6. I try.
Mind like I would work back shifts at fucking.
Sometimes I'd come home and I'd get a McDonald's at 10:30.
I know. I regularly would eat my dinner at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like when I worked at the spa.
Free fucking discounted sausage rolls or something. Man. Look what I've got, man.
12 pack of meatballs and make us both spag ball at 10.
Is that alright? Second dinner.
Cunt said you shouldn't eat late because it's something about digestion, but honestly I do it all the time. I went through it
about sleep you get,
12:30 last night, and that's when we got to start watching In Bruges.
I can't. That makes me feel sick.
And I went through and I got fucking a bag of sweeties, a bag of crisps, and I put fucking 12 jalapeno poppers in there fryer. 12:30, and I'll tell you something, I felt alright about that time then.
That makes me feel icky. 12 starting a film, and we used to do that all the time. So we'd get home late, or I'd get home late, and we'd be like, "Oh, we're watching the film. Oh, it's only 12."
I don't feel like 3 AM, but it's because I've not been working for ages.
That's true.
See, when I was doing the early shifts in the coin counting fucking place, and I was getting up at 6:30 every day. I did not like anything past 12. Like it made me feel uncomfortable. Anything past 12.
I was going to put out there and ask folk what they thought of 2 AM, because I don't think I like 2 AM.
I would actually say
2 AM.
my favourite time would be between 12 and 2. Because I was when my brain kind of woke up, because I'm like nocturnal.
That's it. I've got that serious, man.
That's when I would do all my writing, all my wee creative things and that. But now I can't really do it now because I'm always up at 6:30 now. So.
I hated that about waking up early, because I genuinely like, see, between 12 and 2, see if I'm like awake, that's when like my brain does all. Like, see, when it was TikTok videos and ideas and everything, a lot of them just came to me at that time. Like it would be, oh, this would be cool or that, and then through the day I'm actual like fucking like Snorlax. I don't, my brain doesn't really operate the same.
I actually think, see, you thinking about, I mean, I'll let somebody else boss all into things. I actually think you can change all this.
You may,
which is weird, because I've went through stages in my life where I've kind of felt like that as well, but then I had a point where I was like, kind of in the morning I'm kind of doing that, and I don't know, it's weird how fucking your
it must be about your routine and what you're doing.
No, it probably is, therefore. Like, I just could never ever get that like sleep schedule thing.
What is the best time, what's like the best sleep, like start and end, do you think?
I reckon
2 to 10. I don't mind 2 to 10 if I was there. If it's a Sunday and I'm not doing it.
Probably like my favourite, because then I don't feel like, because even though I do sleep in all the time, I don't really like losing out on days like that.
Waking up at 10.
Like 2 till 10 Sunday, you're not doing anything. No, and you're talking to the guy that I actually cannot sleep till 10 o'clock, and I'm telling you, I think 2 till 10 could be peak, man.
It's crazy that you're like, so that like early bird gets
I was thinking about keeping this for a choke of the week, right? I thought about this in my bed the other night there, and this was kind of 11 o'clock or something. I was like, I better get to sleep, I'm working in the morning. I thought about this, right? Ken why I got up early, and I couldn't believe this. I was like, well, I can't wait to talk about this podcast, but I should probably keep up for the joke and that. Cruises, Mum and Dad are sleeping. 7 a.m, 7:05 a.m. most of the time.
You get the
match
telly?
of the day.
Wow.
I
We used to do
sneak-
that.
I used to sneak downstairs, and see, ever since then, I've always been like, but I did go through stages. Don't get me wrong. When I was 22, like sleeping to midday, and you're like, I am just like a fucking sporty like gremlin bastard.
My ideal I think would be like 12 to half 7.
See now, right?
I feel weird if I have 8 hours sleep.
Aye.
Like 4 8 hours. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, I always like setting the alarm. I mean, obviously, sometimes I'm up for my work at 4 a.m, so I think that's another thing. I'll now just wake up at 7 and be like,
just that's your regular.
which is funny because waking up at 4 a.m. fucking sucks. But then when you get early days, you wake up and you're like, I've got a full day. But I'm actually the day 100%.
We definitely had that 100%. We would go down either, it would be like sneak down and watch Disney Channel or Match of the Day if it was like the weekend. Or
It isn't
whatever.
easy, but because you need to be actual willing to go. I need to put like 2 weeks into actual like creating this fucking. But then I don't know. But I don't know what the best sleep would be. I actually quite like 11 until like 8 a.m.
That's alright.
I've actually started having to take magnesium so that I can fall asleep.
Lauren takes magnesium, man.
Zinc and magnesium, and it
Asleep.
does one thing that it does there is like, see when I lie down and shut my eyes, a lot of the time I'll just be able to fall air. Whereas I swear to fuck, like I can lie sometimes like that for like an hour and a half, no doing anything, like just lie like for like so long.
See, when that happens to me, that's when I can. I'm no like tired. I do that, and I'm like, but there's actual days where I'm like, it's 7 o'clock and I am crumbling here. Like I could just go, but then there's other times I'm working at 5 a.m. and it's actually creeping towards the leaving, and I'm like, my eyes have been closed for an hour. I've not done anything. My eyes have been like this.
Aye, it's like the memes on Instagram. If you have your
Anyway, do you want to bowl a solo? Sorry, I fucking took that in all sorts of directions. I was talking about doing shites after the cistern.
That I think that's the point of the bowl of soul anyway.
Aye, it opens up a soul.
Well, right time wise, yeah.
Doing shites after cistern.
Right, Aaron is checking the bowl of soul now.
Aye, if you're listening,
Bowl
Aaron
of
is
soul.
checking the bowl of soul. He is checking the mic.
Right.
Check the mic 1 2.
Do you know what, I feel like my ones are more that shape, so I'm just gonna, because we've not put one of mine and that's good.
Have we had one of mine? I know the first week I never put
Probably.
any in.
I don't think so. We've had one of mine, but I don't think we've had any
Mind I
yours.
put like 10 in at the start.
Fuck off, man.
Is this mine?
No, it's mine. Obvious.
I thought you went it one.
Fuck, that's what you wanted.
No, because I put the small wrapped one, right? This is one that I just wrote there. Which now I just, I mean, it's fine. We can go ahead anyway.
Let me rest.
So it is, who's your favourite TV show character, like in terms of aura or vibage? So it would just be like, it's quite vague anyway, like you can go off whatever, but because I'm sure there's plenty.
I've got mine.
Aye.
It's been my phone name for the last 10 years.
Glenn
With 2 N's. Glenn for Walking Dead.
Aye.
And I'm spoiling it for you. I don't give a fuck because we've got 10 folk watching these. If you haven't watched The Walking Dead, it's been fucking about 10 years.
I stopped, man.
Aye, after he died, aye.
Well, no, I stopped at like season. What season's it on now?
Don't know. I never
it
watched
finished.
it.
It finished years ago. It went to 10 seasons, but Glenn get like dies in like season 7 or something.
I stopped in like 8. But no, but the day like of the spin-offs and all
I
that.
know there's
Oh no, there's a Daryl Dixon one, and all. I ended up going back and rewatching The Walking Dead and see the first like 5 seasons, 6 seasons. I mean, solid, unreal. Like John Bernthal.
I was about to say John Bernthal.
Andrew Lincoln.
He has
obviously,
good anyway.
Stephen Yeun that plays Glenn. He's just like he's a normal guy.
What is it John Bernthal said? I thought this was what you wanted, big dog, or something. What is it he says? I thought you're supposed to be the big dog or something. I can't remember what he said.
He's got hundreds of lines that are unreal, man.
What is it he's saying to him when he's actually antagonising him and he's like, this is what you wanted, just
This is what you wanted, huh? Because it's like a hang on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, aye, so it is with the fitness folk.
Aye.
I'm sitting raking my brain. Do you know how?
Do you know? Oh, no.
There's a few, but I'd say Glenn.
See, Abed in Community.
He's class.
I was going to say that, but
Just straight references,
so
anyway,
good,
man.
Do you
Aye.
remember when the episode where it's like the mad dinner with Andrew and he becomes like nice and like quite engaging and like normal? Do you remember that one? It's him and what's the main guy? What's his name again? It's not
Jeff.
Will. Jeff.
Aye, Jeff.
And Jeff is like, what the fuck? Why are you so normal? What's going on here? And then he works it out, and then
Aye, that he's playing a
and
doing
then he
a
like
bat.
changes back to normal habit. If you've seen the episodes,
Community's
Game of
unreal,
Thrones,
man.
Aye.
Unreal.
It's so good.
It's just because he's like the kind of the meta character that does all that shit. Now he's just like it's an interesting thing, because I don't think there's many characters in our TV shows that are like that. Like
Aye.
they'll do bits where it's like it feels kind of meta and they'll reference stuff, but he's actual like in there as a device to do that, which is quite cool.
This is so bad that I can't even remember his name, and I'm I'm currently watching season 3, but Harrison Ford in Shrinking is off a funny
He's
man.
unreal, aye.
But his throat is actual
I've
like
been,
so
I've been
funny.
eyeballing
grabbing.
that a wee bit to watch it. I know you spoke about it.
I've still not
see
even
for
watched
me,
season
right,
2, but the first one was
I watch it, and the way it's shot is pure gloss to fuck, and it's not really appealing on the eye, because everything looks as like that door,
It's
man.
pure
Like
white.
it's pure, everything's pure white and hospitalised, right? But it's like basically the same folk with like Ted Lasso. Like it's the same writers and shit like that. And Zach Braff as well, and they direct some episodes, and fucking Brett's and
Is Zach
Aye,
Braff
so
in the
he's in
same?
it.
no,
Or is he
but-
just like
but,
producing?
would you come Brett's in the second and third one? Aye, and Michael J.
right.
Fox is in this third season
Aye,
as well.
I saw that
So is Jeff
online.
Daniels.
Oh, is it?
Anyway, so Harrison Ford, who's the guy that runs the
Psychiatric
therapy fucking place.
Aye, where they do all the
And
therapy sessions.
honestly, man, like folk will come to him with problems, and you can tell they got him for this specific purpose of, we just want you to no give a fuck, and don't
Aye.
try and play a character, like just be grumpy old Harrison Ford.
Well,
I
a
was
bit of
also going to see,
philosophy.
has any cunt seen Justified? Because see
No.
Timothy Oliphant in Justified with that cowboy hat on, with that sheriff's badge, aura max. Anyway, what were you going to say?
Cosmo for Seinfeld. If you ever watched Seinfeld, go
I've not watched
see
that.
see the big tall cunt, Cosmo.
Cosmo.
man.
Oh, with the
Mad
mad hair and that.
Aye, unbelievable, man.
Aye.
Just like every time he's on screen, I can just think about him. I like feel like howling with laughter, man.
You would find him funny,
Aye, 'cause
He's unreal.
We were talking about Arwen for Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Is
Hunters
he
Like
kind of that
You.
vibe?
Aye, well, he's more like would you call, what the fuck's the guy called that's in Jurassic Park, and he's in Seinfeld, and he stays down the stairs for him? It's not Nelson. He's like a fat bumbling guy. See, that's Kramer.
Unreal,
There's
man.
there's an episode where a chicken shop opens up across the road, and it's bright LED red lights are shining in his window that bad that when he opens his door, all you can see, like, it looks like hell. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing in there? And he's like, it's that fucking chicken.
That was it was the screenshot. It was like, oh, it's like a sauna in here.
Aye, it's like
And
a
he's sitting in a sauna. One of my favourite moments in RTV was when he designs a coffee table book about coffee tables, and he's on like a talk show, and he brings out the book, and he's like, yeah, check this out, and then he pulls out these wee legs from it, and it becomes a coffee table. It's amazing, man. It's the way he does it. It's fucking phenomenal.
There's one
man.
where he goes into fucking Jerry's apartment and just starts making food without saying anything. The door will swing open, he's just in there making food. There's one he walks in, pours himself a bowl of cereal, and pours, I think it's like tomato juice or something in it, and they're like, wait, that's no milk, that's tomato juice. And he's like, I thought it looked like milk. Oh, it's that same episode, because he's like, everything I'm seeing's turning red because that fucking sign. He is so fucked. See the way he swings the door open? He does all that kind of humour that's like the physical
Aye, it's
stuff.
like
Like he'll
kinda
pure
slapstick,
swing his
aye.
leg up in the air and open the door, and he'll talk about, I've had a tough day at work and that, and you're fucking unemployed, and he's like, no, you just don't care what I fucking do.
But he always does like a mad like clap thing, and then it's like the way he kind of like jumps. He does like a jump when he starts to walk in that. It's incredible. You need to watch like Cosmo clips or something on YouTube after this, man. It's fucking so good.
Take a taste.
So good.
I would also like to shout out a few Game of Thrones guys. Jon Snow, of course.
Snow,
Aye.
Jamie Lannister might be the best character in the whole TV show / book. And maybe who else has got Brenna Taft's got a bit of aura.
Ken, if it is just aura, it's Sir Barristan Selmy.
Oh, Barristan Selmy.
Or anybody
Fuck off, man.
or anybody who's like kind of folk speak about in like a kind of certain like kinda
Arthur
crazy-
Dane and
Aye,
all,
that's
man.
who I was
Arthur
gonna say,
Dane,
so
man.
folk just kind of mention, but like
Sword of Morning.
aye, too good, man. I can't really. I'm trying to think careful.
I've been raking, but it's
Agent Dale Cooper, obviously.
oh well, aye, but we can't go on a full Twin Peaks thing again.
I forgot we were a Twin Peaks podcast.
I feel like he probably actually is like my favourite just in general, like kind of hingy. But
What's the big talk? Andy for Twin Peaks.
Andy for
He's
Twin-
the
aye.
fucking goat, man.
Yeah, he's goated, man.
And he's in that. He's got that relationship with the lassie with the
What's,
squeaky
Lucy.
voice.
what's her
With
name
Lucy.
again? Aye.
Oh man,
Damn, Lucy.
Andy is peak, man. He is so good. I think he's my
I had
favourite character in
something
Twin
else
Peaks.
Aye, can you've asked that? I've like forgot every TV show I've ever
Don
watched.
Draper's got a bit of aura about him.
I was expecting that for you.
Aye.
That's what I thought that would come
First
for you.
episode, he smokes 80 fags. Oh, I'm there.
I don't
It's
think
toasted.
anybody's really got aura in Succession.
No, I feel like that's kind of paid. Yeah, like obviously, what's his name? Fucking is it Roy? No, what's the fucking the main Logan
Logan,
Roy.
aye.
He obviously does have his fucking like aura, but then he's also an old guy that can barely piss anywhere, and I don't like he's just like he's old and kind of faunty bits, clinging on to power, so it becomes a wee bit.
Who's the main guy, like, for Succession? I don't want to ruin it on their
Kendall.
TV show. No. Well, aye, he's like, but who's the guy that comes into the family?
Oh, Tom.
Aye, Tom. He's got a bit, like, non-aura.
Womgaz.
Aye, Womgans. And then
Womgans, aye.
It's cousin Greg as well.
Oh, cousin Greg.
But he's
aye.
not got aura. He's got like just fucking fish out of water vibes. But he's good and he learns the ropes and that. So
Ken,
it's kinda,
there was a video, I don't know if we spoke about it before on the podcast, and it was explaining how cousin Greg is the greatest Machiavellian character in TV or something like that, and it
We
was
did.
really good, man.
I feel like I maybe did.
I was thinking Jimmy Allen White and Cousin in the Bear.
They do have a bit of aura, man.
Cousin as well, man.
Who's
Guy
the
cousin.
Aye, cousin? Who's the guy with all the tattoos and that? And
Maya
Maya
Madison.
Madison.
Aye.
what's his name in the bear?
He's one of the bullers, isn't he?
Aye,
He's like
the
3 bullers.
the fad.
Is it Fed? Fuck knows.
Do you know
I
what's
can't remember.
Do you know what's actually crazy? It's kind of off topic, but mind how I said in the car that I'd watched that Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. in it?
Aye.
There's actually a bit in it that's the same as the bit in The Bear, like with the Taylor Swift song, but it's a different. It's All Too Well. See, like that one that I choked for, and it's Ryan Gosling in the chorus singing it, and he's like fucking greeting, and it is so fucking funny.
If you're going to listen to it, you need to listen to the 10-minute version.
Aye, the full 10-minute. Every time I'm in the motor, I put it on, and I'm like, right, Shan, this is the 10-minute one. And then she starts talking after about 30 seconds, and I'm like, can you just let me have it once, man? Like, just let me run the full 10 minutes. But aye, it's in that. And see, when it came out, I was like, this is too good, because it's like The Bear, but in The Bear, it feels fucking. It feels quite
That
powerful.
episode's incredible, man.
It's
so
not that
good,
in the
man.
film.
The Fishies episode, 7 Fishies
That is
episode,
crazy.
man.
Aye, they took
I still didn't they watch the last season.
Oh, I need to watch it,
I've
man.
not watched it either.
I
Aye.
watched it. I was a wee bit kind of. I'm not
Just
sure where
watch
they're
it.
going with this.
He's have a spare 7 hours.
Here's what I'm, alright. I am the world's fucking worst. I have not finished more telly shows than I have finished.
Aye, then you've
and I'm
actually
talking 5-6 seasons. I will watch them on and I'll go, do you know what? I'm not watching the last two.
I'm scared to watch.
I can't say nothing, to be fair, because
TV shows, man.
I've still got 2 seasons of this Paris to finish.
Fucking
I
Dr.
know.
Cox.
It's
Dr.
because I don't have like a way of watching it without getting a stream on my laptop.
Aye,
and then,
nah, it's a bit
oh my god, it's
fucked
streaming
up.
on my
Nah,
laptop.
actually,
It's on the
I've got a
telly.
box set you can borrow if you want.
Aye.
Can I add something? March 26, HBO Max comes out in the UK. So if you can fin enough for the subscription,
HBO Max.
Aye.
then you'll get
That'll be
Sopranos,
the
The
way.
Wire,
Oz.
name it all, Game
That'll
of
be the way.
Thrones. Aye, name it
Aye.
all.
I'm
Everything.
dead.
Ken, I was thinking,
Love
did
it.
you watch Trailer Park Boys?
I watched the first like 6
Aye.
seasons.
Aye.
Bubbles.
See,
So much.
see Julian. And
Aye,
that?
Julian, aye.
He's aura.
Wait,
He's got the wee drink and all that the whole time. And then they crash
Is
the
Julian
car.
the one with the belly or the alky?
He's the alky
Oh,
one.
he is
See when
incredible,
they
man.
crash, see when they crash the motor and it's like been flipped up upside down, and he gets out and there's not been a job spill for his glass. phenomenal, man. See, just the way he kind of gets out the car, it's unbelievable. It's incredible.
I was going to say Mayor, but I don't know what.
Also, Frank and Always Sunny has his own fucking very specific order.
I would say everyone knows
Dennis.
Sonny, man.
Aye,
Like, see the weirdo, the incest guys and all that, man.
Cricket, man.
Cricket is
Cricket might be the best in the whole lot.
McPoyle twins, is that what they're called?
Aye. They were always like warm.
I watched a behind the scene blooper and it was one of the Foyle twins going and like he just made a noise and all the cast just broke because he's like sucking his eye
He's the
and
one
all
in
that.
Westworld and all, which is crazy.
Aye, he's incredible, man.
So
Aye.
good, man.
Westworld was good for a season.
That's
it
a
was
nerd
good.
show I've not
It was
finished.
Westworld.
It's Always Sunny.
Oh, have you not finished?
You need
It's
the new
fucked,
season's funny.
Do you
They go to a dog track and
do you know
and
what? I
it is-
think I must
there's
have
a cunt, there's a cunt like there's a cunt like wanking after dogs and all that, and like Dee and Dennis end up like selling their clays because they put on a bet that Frank won, and then they're like eating dog food and all that, trying to get the money back. It is so good.
I think a psychologist
you.
would have a day out with me on that, and they would say you are incapable of seeing anything through.
I don't like finishing things, but
Neil,
like
I know, I hate it. I hate it.
Like see if I could like perpetually watch in fact the weird related side to it. See when we were watching In Bruges again last night, paused it for a pish a bit with 45 minutes to go, and Shan was like, oh, like, how long's it having? I was like, 45 minutes, and she was right, good. And I was like, how? And then she was like, because like, see when it's got like an hour left, I'm just like, oh, but then when it gets to the end, like, I enjoy it a lot more. And I'm like, no, Alex, see if you pause a film and it like you think it's been an hour and it's been half an hour and there's 2 hours left. I'm like, yes, I'm brick for that. But I don't like it.
I think that is what my issue is. It's like that thing we talk about reading books. I don't want to finish a show because then I know
because you're into that black hole of fucking what else, what's next,
and I'm never going to rewatch a full TV show.
No,
That's crazy, man. Unless it's like Game of Thrones and I'm
I've watched maybe 4 times.
What did I rewatch? Well, I rewatched Twin Peaks recently, obviously, and
You rewatch they say you don't read every book, you read the best books more than once or whatever the fuck.
so maybe I should just start rewatching.
Whatever a nicer way of putting it is. Aye.
I was going to quickly add in before if somebody else wants to take a bullet, so but I was going to add in Clay for Sons of Anarchy and
Sons of Anarchy was good actually.
Sons of Anarchy is class, man.
Saul for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I've not watched Better Call Saul, but I know it is
Good,
obviously
man.
meant to be really good as well.
I didn't finish Better Call Saul.
Ken, I mean, it's not really horror farming, but BoJack Horseman just as a character.
I was not
When he
that
lets
day
his
as well.
hands go for the steering wheel, one of the greatest moments in TV.
Oh,
Do you know
yes.
what? He pushes the
Who's the wee guy
accelerator.
for the middle? Is it the middle?
Brick.
Brick, aye.
Aye, the wee guy, aye.
How for Malcolm and Middle.
Aye, yes,
That's my
aye.
number one of all time. See when he kisses the balloon that bursts, incredible.
Do you know what? Actually, there's the same clip of him all the time, and it's the one where he's fucking putting butter in, like he's and the wife's Lois or whatever was that her name, and her food and all that, and he's like, she wants to lose weight, and he wants her to have a fatter ass, and I see the clip constantly, and he's like fucking injecting shit into her food, and he's like rubbing out the calories on the back of things and all that, and I'm like, that's nuts, and I see it all the time, all the fucking time.
They've brought it, I knew I saw a trailer for it. They've brought it.
Same with
They're
Scrubs as
redoing it.
well, man.
Aye,
So good.
I actually also last thing on finishing things was I actually finished Rick and Morty just randomly like the other day.
I done that a few weeks ago,
and it pretty good.
You
Actually,
forget how good that is,
I liked
man.
what was that one? Because I went back in the chat to see what you were talking
Aye,
about.
that one.
Fuck.
The whole
The whole
hellhole
one.
or
It was
this.
good,
Aye,
man.
it's
I
good.
liked it, and then the one where Jerry turns into the Easter Bunny was quite
Aye,
good.
it's
enough.
good. Aye.
Where he's just ripping in, but I finished it. But see, because I don't have like much an emotional attachment to it, like I like it and it's kind of good. Always Sunny, I will get to eventually. I do feel like CJ's Always Sunny, the OG shit was the go.
It's
Because it was
unbelievable, man.
old and fucked and cheap and fucking a bit nasty. It's kind of went that fucking way you're saying about shrinking, where it's a bit like more glossy kind of thing, and it's no got the same. The same.
I think we spoke about it in my Vince's van, but Ken, my favourite Always Sunny episode is when they go to the therapist because they have to decide who has to do the dishes.
Aye.
And they end up coming in and Frank smashed them all in the flare and they just leave them and leave the woman. It's so good,
See,
man.
the payoff is almost every episode, but they just fucking ruin somebody else's life and then they all just walk away like, well, with the lawyer.
The
and all
clip
that,
I
man.
keep getting is is it like a fucking wardrobe or something, or a piano that nearly did it fall out the sky or something?
I know
they
that
push a piano out one of the apartments, I think.
they're fucking
Frank pushes it.
No, I mean it nearly hits them in the street.
Oh no, I think. Oh wait.
Is that maybe one about luck or something? I don't know.
I think
Maybe?
they're lucky
No?
or something. I think he's
Dunno.
right.
Can't
Because
remember.
somebody knows Tin and Doug shite, and they're like, why the fuck did you do that? And he's like, I can't remember, man.
Don't know, man. There's that many fucking episodes.
We had Charlie and Max got to get a job at the mailroom, and the guy interviewing him's like looking at Charlie's CV, and he's get like jobs here and there.
In fact, no. Is that not what it is? Does Charlie not purposely step on shite and Max like, what the fuck you doing? And then the thing nearly falls down and hits hits Mac. He shouts the F word. No, I can't remember, man.
I think you're onto the right track, but I remember that being a thing where he deliberately steps in
they
it.
all go to like a therapy session, they get like a counsellor session, and the woman's black, and they're like, right, so what would you shout if you were trying to get her attention? And Charlie just comes out and says, no, like, you can't fucking say that. And he's like, no, I was playing the game that he was asking me. I can't remember.
So mate, honestly, that even the thing about it makes me want to greet with laughter. It's so good.
It is so good, defo. But anyway, do you want to do your bowl?
Aye,
Three minutes left for
3
this
minutes.
ball, so
Right, we'll do a quick
make it a shit one.
Jeezy
Wait, how
peeps,
long?
man.
Make it a fucking terrible one.
How long have we been talking for?
50 minutes.
Maybe Bolasso's got to.
This looks like you're writing, or is it McGeff's?
I think this might be you. Sounds like something you'd put in. Air crash disasters.
Oh, I put that one in.
What the fuck? So what am I meant to? What? Just to talk about it?
I can't really remember.
So, what was the show called on Nat Geo? Was it called Air Crash?
Air crash investigation.
Because I used to watch that when I was younger before going on holiday and would freak myself out.
Aye, I'd go on YouTube and type in plane crashes and it's one's hitting the fence and all
I
that.
used to love
dodgy
that.
cylinders and
I
all
used to
that.
love that TV show, man.
Ah, it was so
Air
good.
Crash Investigators, man.
Disasters. What, we got to rank them?
Top 3 Ethiopia Airlines B76. See the Malaysian Airlines one, man. That gets me all the time.
That is crazy. In fact, see any
Is that
of
the
them,
one that
but
went
they're
missing
all a
and
bit
never found it?
crazy. Obviously.
How can you never find
9/11
one?
classic.
Aye.
I know it was going through your head when you wrote this.
Do you know, I don't know, man.
Maybe to have like a discussion on just like different things that's happened, like way aircrafts crashing and
Do you
that.
remember that Italian one where the guy just drove into the side of the mountain? I've think about that one quite a lot.
I've watched something on that one.
Crazy, man.
It's actually crazy because there's actually a couple of them where like it has actually just been like a depressed pilot and it's like,
Aye.
like I'm just going to crash
Well,
and
they
take
reckon-
everybody with me.
They reckon that Malaysian Airlines one was
Something
was
like
a
that. It was
depressed
the same
pilot,
thing.
You saw that one with the guy who he like nicked an aeroplane. It was like an American guy, and he's sitting dry, like he's like flying it and all that.
Aye.
And folks talking to him, and he's like talking about how a beautiful day and all that, and ended up crashing it because he was just like, "Oh, I'm ready to go."
Because there's videos of folk that have
Must be
actually took
sad.
videos of the plane for their back gearing, and the thing is low
Aye,
and it's
aye.
awful big, and they're like, what the actual fuck is that? And this guy's talking with the command centre folk in it, and he's like,
I've seen
it's
something
a
on
lovely
that
day
one.
up here and all that. Aye, he got arrested and flung in jail. I
No, I think he crashed the plane, killed himself. Aye.
Maybe I'm talking about a different one then. Or
I'm
maybe
sure.
not talking
I'm
about
sure
that,
he
aye.
ended his life. Aye.
Cool.
I know. It was a
what-
disaster.
You don't get too many hijackings these days.
No,
man.
airport security is kind of tight with that.
ramped up, man.
But then, is there no? In fact, I haven't even got to do it, man. Because
And I'm like, no, man, we can't be discussing that. We end up bought, man.
goes back. Well, I wanted to put in the bowl earlier. Right,
See what about our doors, man.
Aye, no, we'll just airport security is amazing.
Aye, they're doing well.
What's actually funny is, you know, like, more likely to get, like...
Aye,
abs-
cars
aye.
and that, like
More
cars are
likely
like
get
100 times more
Aye,
hanging
crazy, man.
1,000 times because planes, like, see the amount of planes in the sky compared to how many of them crash or it's tiny, like tiny.
You're
It's
more
so,
likely to get killed
so
by a
rare.
cow, I think.
aye, like
Like
it's
cow
like
tippings, there's more
aye.
cow tipping deaths and
Say what you want about this, right? if a plane goes in my house, I go in for flight. What's it called? Flight tracker. Flight scanner.
Shannon does that. Lisa
Sky
does that.
scanner.
Sky scanner.
Sky Scanner is when you book the flight.
Oh, is it?
Flight scanner. I think it's
flight
scanner.
flight.
Is it
Flight
Flight Vader or something?
Aye,
Flight Simulator
The
26.
content
Oh,
is
watch log.
Shannon does that, no, doesn't she?
Flight Radar 24. I like when a plane goes out of your house and you click it and you're like, oh my god, that's gone for actual Frankfurt to Dallas. That's crazy. Let me just hit you with the closest one now. I'll just hit you with the closest one now, right? Right, it's basically going to Straven, so it's gone from Edinburgh to Paris and it departed 7 minutes ago and it'll be arriving in an hour and 18 minutes. It's an Airbus A320-214 registration plate GE7RT.
Crazy, man.
That's crazy.
It's 18,000 feet in the sky now.
That's crazy. It left Edinburgh 7 minutes ago.
I know,
and
and
it's
it's-
over Straven. That gives me the fear,
That's
man.
incredible.
And it's an EasyJet flight.
Planes are scarier because obviously they're actual. It's because our brains, I think, struggle to comprehend how a plane
How quick
fucking
they
works,
actually
how fast they are, how they fly, how safe. Like it's just. See, at least in a car, you just fancy yourself to survive a car crash, and I know that's not actually what actually happens.
Especially when you can drive, I know.
Aye, and if you can drive, and it's like you feel you're actual in as much control of your own fucking life in a car as you're boarding a plane. But
I feel like I also seen a thing about like maybe not the lottery, but like some sort of like something bush happening that there's more chance of it happening than that.
It's one in like 5 million. I
Also,
think,
by the way, we've
something
got 3 minutes left.
aye, no, we'll
Before
be
the
wrapping in
cameras
a
are
sec
on.
anyway.
You want to?
Are you getting on Flight Radar 24?
I thought I had it, but I think I deleted it because you had to get a subscription or something.
I'm a guru on it, man.
Aye. Well, we're going to look at airplanes, going air places, and think it's crazy. We'll be back for the part 2 for your jokes of the week. I hope you've got one.
Hope you bring
Be
it
there
up.
in a second.
See you soon. Hello, welcome back to part 2 of the Disco Saloon Season 4 episode podcast. We're choking. MD really choking? Is MD choking to tell us they're choking the choke of the joke?
I'm going to put my hand up and say that I don't know what way I do this, but I'm going to put it out there and say mine's is depressing as fuck.
Oh,
Mine's nice and happy.
so you're saying that one might make us choke ourselves so hard that we kill ourselves?
Aye.
Right. Well,
So I'm no way I go first, but keep it in mind when we're doing
but
the.
then maybe if you go first, we want to kill ourselves, and then we go into somebody else, and it makes us want to take
we like to end
the
on
hands off.
We like to end on a bad note.
Like
you
to
know?
end on a
Aye.
gun and move.
We like to end on, you know, The Mist. We like to end like The Mist, man.
Right, well, don't say I didn't warn you.
What, the Mist for Fortnite?
No,
The Mist, The
film.
Mist.
As in, like, Stephen King novel got turned into the film.
No, I've no saw the Mist. I know what you're talking about, but I've no saw.
You should watch it. It's a good ending.
I want
It's a
to watch
sad
it and
ending.
read the books.
It's a good movie.
I could actually, I'm not going to do that YouTube one that I showed you because I would just be talking for ages. What I will do, I've got a short one which is kind of it's a wee bit niche. So it's about my customer service agent that I had to reach out to.
Damn.
Right, so I play FIFA for anybody that's listening, right? And on FIFA, you can do evolution. So you take like a base card that's like 82 rated, and you can evo them up to like 84 and then 86 and whatever. Kind of basic stuff, but you can chain them and stuff. So you actually need a their website that's not on your console to do the chains. So it's FUTGG, it's called. And I went to go on it the other day because there was some evolutions I was wanting to look at, and I've got like 8 months worth or 6 months worth of evolutions on there, and I couldn't get that information back if I lost my account. And I went to log in, and they had said they upgraded their security on their website, so they had to change their password, but it was linked to an email address that I didn't have, right? And wait till you hear how easy this interaction was, right? So it said if you have any issues, email this email. So I sent them an email. I was like, hi there, I can't get into this because I can't reset my password because I don't have access to this email. I do have the username and password, but I don't have access. And they literally within 24 hours emailed me back, and they went, that's cool, we can sort that for you. Which email would you like it changed to? And I just replied, my current email, and the actual just replied, nothing else, just saying done. Like, just done.
Easy.
Like, there was no fucking about.
They're so good.
No jargon, no fucking customer service speak or shit. It was just like, I know I can do that, let me know what you want. And then it was just done. Like, the actual email just says done. No even like a sent from iPhone, no nothing. Just done. And I was like, how easy was that?
That's some customer service I would like.
How can customer service not just be that? It's like, oh, I've got this problem, cool, right, I'll sort it for you, right, that's it, done.
Because
like,
money.
I saw it earlier and I was just like, that's so good.
Because I just started after that Twitter account, that guy on Twitter, Fuck GG, and then
it was like just like a kind of, was it for Evos, or was he just posting stuff about SBCs?
No, so he was like because Evos started, he was like, I'm purposely going to rival like because it was juiced on Twitter for a while, and juiced, and then it was like a website thing. He was like, I'm getting the website ready. So I think it's just some dude in his closet somewhere, man.
It's so that
maybe he's got a wee bit of a team now, but
because he probably doesn't have lots of customer service folk and all that. Because because it will just be like a handful of folk, but their website's better than like the ones that have been about for like 15 years. Which is crazy because they've actually got hundreds of money for all the advertising and all that. In fact, Futbin's got a paid tier service and all that. That's what it does. I'm sure you can pay for Futbin Premium, which is crazy.
Is it sometimes about fuck?
Anyway, I had this like good, weirdly like minimal, because that's just not what customer service is anymore.
It's got ratings and it's 4 emails to get it done. And can I get this, or do you want to change this?
Security on this? The cunt didn't ask my name, my username, nothing. It was just like, what do you want it changed to?
Maybe that might be a bit of a problem.
I mean, there might be like a GDPR fucking issue, but then it's like fucking, it's all fake data. Like, you don't put any actual information in it, you just get a username and a password. But I was like, that's crazy. Like, I couldn't believe how easy it was. I get big companies have lawsuits and shit, and like, they're not going to sue a guy and he's fucking like sitting at his
They've
PC.
also got folk with fucking the Magnum PI down their fucking throat, sitting at a desk somewhere going, if I get one haircut and phoning me and shouting at me. But good customer service, or customer service that's easy, makes you so grateful. You're like, oh, this is great.
Just like, do you know what? Because I'd almost resigned myself to just losing access, and like, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. But I was like, I use it quite often. I like looking at it. I like just fucking about on the website. It's quite good. I would have been a bit upset, and the guy just fucking sorted me out, man. So I was quite happy with that. That's my joke of the week.
It's like a small, easy joke.
A small, easy joke that's kind of good. Do you know what I mean?
We need them like sardine jokes.
Aye. Fucking straight out the tin.
Aye, man.
Aye, fucking right.
GG.
Aye. So who wants to go next anyway?
GG.
Aye, fuck GG, big up.
I'll go next. This is quite a wholesome one.
Jay, you sure you want to go last? Because
I just wanted to put it out there as the option, just to tell you that mine's depressing as fuck, but
right.
We could do McKev send it yours.
I don't mind.
It's just depressing as fuck.
No, well, no.
Everyone's depressing through the right lens, though.
Well, this is a nice wholesome one. So I finished my placement on Friday there. So I think I was telling you about this on Friday. So obviously I was saying bye to all my classes. I'm going to see them after Easter anyway. And like, I pure loved them. Like, they were classes. Like, they were really good kids in that. And my second years was the class that so I passed my observation, which was like a massive,
well done.
Aye, so it was like my flying colours and all that. So
yeah,
that's me kind of on the way
rainbow
to being like qualified in that. So it's kind of crazy.
Brilliant.
So that's like one choke of the week, but choke of the century probably for me. But
fucking right.
I was saying bye to my second years on Friday, and they were going like ballistic, like mental, like giving me like rounds of applause and all that, and like standing up out their seats and going like crazy, being like, we fucking, no, not saying fucking, but we love you. They'd found out I'm in a band on the Thursday. I don't know how, so they must have went and just like googled my name or something.
Tanned on the Cardo albums.
and like, but like they couldn't find the name of the band, so they kept pestering me and pestering me. And then I finally played them one of the Cardle tunes at the end of the lesson, and they were actually like jumping about, dancing to the tune and all that. And like there was a group of like the girls in the class came up and was like, "We need to know this song. We need to know this song right now." And I was like, "Right, fine, well I'll tell you." And then I came home and like the Cardle Instagram had like 10 new followers. I was like, no.
See how you just said applause there? See after you said see after you said I passed my observation, I clicked that applause, but see when you're recording, it doesn't play through our ears. It plays in
just
there.
gonna play through the
So whatever you said for the 5 seconds after I passed my observation, we're not going to hear any. It's going to be the applause after that thing.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
funny.
I tried to stop it and I think I put it back on, but I stopped it.
Fuck just fuck the audio completely. Amazing. But it was funny, so I was like saying back to them, was like, you guys have been amazing, but every time I would say a sentence they'd just go wow going crazy in the class, and I was just having to go like, right, stop clapping, and then like
no, I don't like it.
honestly, it was kind of crazy, man. But like at the end of the lesson, they were like, "Oh, you need to sign my daughter and all that." I was having to give like autographs on the fucking daughters and that.
I love Wayne's because
that's
they're so like,
class.
they just keep going and going, man.
One of the boys was like, "You need to sign my laptop case. You need to sign that right now." So I just was like, I don't want it, but alright, I will. Now he's just got like a mark. I just like scribbled on it as well. I didn't even do my proper signature because I'm not going to get my signature with Wayne's, man. But I choked, man. It was heavy, funny, like just the way they were just the pure like showing love. It was actually like being on a stage and people just kind of going crazy.
Do you know what that is as well? All that stuff about the sign that the kids are always trying to work you out, man, and so they're wanting to see what you're all about and see if you can like work them and like, you know what I mean, like because Wayne's will test you and see how far they can take things and all that stuff.
Manage.
But now they can, you're just.
And they can, you're a dude.
One of them. Just stick it in the ground.
Indoctrinate it into the little world.
Do you know, it was just so funny, man, because you kind of do think about teachers when you were at school and that and being like, oh, he was like, oh, mind him, he was sound, he was in a band. That's kind of fucking wild.
Aye, definitely.
Mr. Maddox, P6.
So it's
In a
like,
band.
Mr. Murray was in a band.
so it's kind of weird, like now being one of those teachers that they might like speak about in the future.
You didn't decide, man.
Be like, oh, mind him, he was sound. He was that one that was in a
And
band.
it's weird to be like, oh, I am the sound teacher, but like it turns out maybe I actually am the kind of sound teacher. It's
I mean, I
weird.
would have presumed you would be.
I was expecting that.
Like,
Don't let-
see if you came and said that they all think you're a dick, I wouldn't have believed you. I don't know.
but don't let time fucking get its way with you, man.
Aye, because that obviously that must happen to a lot of teachers.
They 60-year-old teachers, man.
Like that.
Like Dale Cooper, man, the Bob at the end, man. It's just aye,
Fuck, man.
That's class, though.
aye. That's so good. That is a wholesome one.
It's just like, it was just the way they were like pestering me, hounding me the entire lesson. I was like, I have a lesson here. We were doing a Ghost Town by the Specials. You can this town is humming like a ghost
Why
town.
were you doing that?
Just looking at lyrics. We'd looked at Gil Scott Heron the day before, so we were kind of comparing the two songs as like
Alright.
treating it as poetry. It was actually two really good lessons, and I got them to do like a creative writing thing. So they pretended they were in the Specials in the Ghost Town, and they just every time I would like walk to the other side of the class, I'd just hear Miss McFadgen, and I'd be like, I think he's going to ask me something about the band, and he would ask me like, how many gigs you played? How many? And I kept going, are you going to be famous? I was like,
I feel it today.
but the funny thing is, like, a boy behind him would then go, no, he is famous. Yeah, he's famous. He's in a band. He's obviously famous.
I love that, man.
Aye, that's brilliant.
So
That is class.
And then they started to get out of hand, and I was like, right, if you don't get this finished, you're not listening to the band. That's it. We're not listening to it.
And that kind of railed in.
There was a couple of wee guys at the back who was like, stop talking about the song. Stop talking about it. I'm not joking, man. Like, a few of them were like actually like, bouncing about. Like,
This is the final day of my UCAS application, man.
Could actually Wayne's today.
So funny,
no
man.
Wayne's today Oscars, but you can. There's ways to get them to kind of.
Aye,
Right, fine. I'll show you a photo of me when I was at school. If you.
if you listen, like, pay attention, be good this
It's weird because it's because you're like you're on their side, the like, authority or whatever. So if somebody's cool, then it's like yes, but also finding out more because you're like an enigma. Do you know what I mean? See when the teachers let out a wee bit of who they really are, it's like, oh my fucking god, man, the magic.
Aye, and then you do get our teachers button the mask slips, and you just ken they just
Aye,
go
they're
home
done.
after their job. There's nobody in their house but a cat and eat microwave meals.
Oh, sit down with your
like,
ready,
and it's
man,
like,
honestly.
oh fuck.
Sit down when you're ready. Fucking. The thing is, and it sounds horrible, she's probably not here anymore, but.
What was her name again?
My maths teacher, sit down, I can't even remember her name. She just used to go, sit down when you're ready.
Who went sit down when you're ready again, man?
It was Mrs. something.
It's crazy, man. I
Honestly,
remember
man.
hearing that, but I don't know who it was. I don't think she was one of my
I'm
teachers.
telling you, if I still had my Nat 5 teacher, because I got a B in Nat 5 maths, if I still had him for my I'd have went on to advanced higher maths. I'm not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking. Why reward folk that are shite at something by giving them a worse teacher? So if you're good at something, now you'll get the better teacher. How's that one? I did get
That's
it.
going to annoy me who that sit down when you're ready thing
It
is.
was
'cause folk
Miss.
used to- folk
Was
used
it
to-
Fulton? Mrs. Fulton or something? It was Mrs.
Aye, it might have been Miss Fulton.
Was that her name?
I don't know.
Sit down when you're ready.
That makes sense.
And she just wait, man, just looking at you like a fucking ghost. She actually wasn't even that bad, to be honest. But I think I'm just raging that I never got my higher maths. Bye.
So I didn't get my higher maths.
They can 16 again, go back and get them, man.
I go back at my hires.
Hit your Zac Efron, man.
To be fair,
get your head in the game.
Most degrees, courses, like if I wanted to do my PDG with McKefstein in English, you know, I could do it because I've got I've got a C in higher English and a B in that 5 maths.
Aye, so you'd still
and
be able to go.
having the my degree as well. It's alright.
I mean, something to ponder anyway, man. Imagine
Thought about
two of the 4As, the 2 teachers, 2 louts.
Aye, it went no. I don't even know. Actually, we've got me and you've got into math, so we could into.
I think that's made me think because I felt like I had to, like, if I'm talking about being a creative person or an artist of any kind, that it would have to be a straight path to there. But there's a lot of folk that like get into teaching, it's a normal job, and then they work on something on the side. It doesn't need to be what you do forever. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But and I think that it would be really rewarding. Like we could say, oh, whatever, but like that sounds good. Like that sounds like a good experience,
it's
and
class.
you're actually shaping young minds. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
They'll remember that. Like,
I did a full unit with all 3 of the classes, and like I got S's at the end of it. Well, one of the classes wasn't doing S's, but the 2 classes were doing S's, and they were class. And it's like, holy fuck, I helped them write that. Like, I gave them like the tools to be able to write that.
and you get to experience like their perspective on life in a way,
It's
be able to
crazy,
read it
man.
and stuff. I guess
And you
it's
also
cool.
get like a peek into what the next generation's like in that, man, because Ken, well, I don't know about the one specifically,
it's a wee bit
because theirs is a
woke,
bit
it's an
kind of
independent
different.
school, but
Aye, but you will get that in your looming career kind of thing, because you get the taste, man. They'll be in there like, we're just education maxing.
see, to be fair, like I was at like a really rough school beforehand, but it was class. Like I really liked it. Now I'm at this like independent school, but I did creative writing with both sets of like the schools, and like a lot of the stuff they talk about is actually kind of the same. Like
Aye,
they've got
anyway.
the same kind of thought process. They learn the same way. It's just they go home to nicer houses, man. That's all the
Aye.
real difference here.
And maybe parents with a wee bit more to spend, like, obviously as they get older,
Time.
and fucking like tutoring and fucking like pushing them a wee bit more and a wee bit higher expectation. But I mean, you'll get that fucking, no matter where you are, there'll be ones that struggle and then there are ones that don't so much and whatever else. So all part and parcel, but it'll be good.
I know, it's exciting, man. It's kind of mad that like how much they can like latch onto. You know, it's funny, and like you end up just like becoming like almost like this. Obviously, it's like a different relationship. You're like pals with them. Like you're actually quite happy to see them like come into class, and if somebody's off, you're like, oh, where are they, man? Like you do.
We
You
talk
do.
about building relationships. Do you know what I mean?
That's the number one thing you need to do. I think the folk that struggle with teaching are the ones who can't build that rapport with our
I don't know how
class.
some teachers became teachers, man. Just with that specific angle of it as well, because there was some teachers that you could just tell had no time for young folk at all, like good or bad. They just didn't really give a fuck kind of thing. But I guess that's sometimes that could like fuck. You could be a widow or something, and then it's like a young age, and then it's like, oh, what the fuck does any of this matter? So it's
Maybe they lost away in or something crazy.
Like, subjects like English and history and modern studies and geography and all that, it's very conversational subjects.
the learning stuff. It's no getting them like a jotter with sums and being like, or a workbook with sums and saying, right, go and do that for fucking half an hour and then I'll mark them, which seems more like just, I don't, transactional's not the thingy, but it's no like there's no conversation. You'll teach them and then they'll do it, whereas the stuff you do will more be a ongoing conversation.
Yeah,
Try
like,
to get them to think in certain ways.
like Thursday and Friday there, I was talking about like the Thatcher years, racism, poverty and all that, and then being like, why would you guys write a song? And it's like getting like their opinions and their feelings and all that across, you know.
I think that's where Mr. Smith, the math teacher for
because he made it
because he was on all the BBC shows and all that, didn't that pie rap on YouTube, and it was like,
it was a way to break through that, like the classic barrier of, see, like folk that aren't inclined to think numerically, like they'll struggle to like pick up stuff just on a board, but he made it more fun and interactive.
He also, this was a big thing. Whatever if it would give you, like, say there was 2 pages you had to do, like sums or whatever, equations, whatever. If you got it done before you went home, you had no homework. But your homework was whatever you didn't finish. So it encouraged you to do it in school so that you didn't have more homework.
I never had him, but he had like puzzles.
Unreal.
He had puzzles of the day and all that. Everything from come in.
Fact of the day, puzzles of the day. I mean, there was like you just walk up to him and he cared about maths.
He actually revolutionised math in that school like crazy. And because everybody else, you were just like, and he was not like, I want to change the world with math.
I think that's what a good teacher is, man.
Sick of him, man.
Oh, they did. Well,
Because he was so good.
It was unreal.
Everybody loved him.
I only get picked
He
in
was that
class
guy, man.
when I
You
get kicked out.
revolutionised the English department or wherever you go and be like, do an English rap. I don't know what, well, I guess rap is English, but like, you could do maths and make it English. Don't know. Fuck knows. I can't even think of how you would make it to work, like a pie rap, what you could do for English.
Bye, fucking peak,
Fuck knows,
man.
aye.
Yeah, so
you could talk about Shakespeare and the rhythm. What's it called? The 16.
you could use hip hop in a mathematical way, like talking about 16 bars and all that.
I think the
rhythm
issue
works.
is, but he would want to be doing something for English that wouldn't necessarily be in English. Kind of like, has anybody seen that French teacher that's a British guy? He's been on like BBC News and stuff. He's got an Instagram anyway. He was teaching them about the Scouse accent in this French classroom. The camera's just on him, and he was telling them like all these Scouse phrases, and it was so funny hearing a full class of French ways day all this stuff, man. So stuff like that could be kind of funny. Don't know.
Choke.
Right, Jay, get the gun out. One.
Right, I'm going to need to get my notes out my phone. Right.
Get the gun in.
It's the notes of your phone.
Aye, man. No. It's in the notes of my phone, but it's no the notes of my phone.
Because I thought it was got to be safety off, man. Straight gun and mouth. No.
No. It's nothing about me, which is all right. But right, let me look. Right. Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, then. I had this idea for the last episode, but obviously because we didn't record last week, this is like a carried over joke. Pardon me. This is going to be the first ever time somebody's done a two-parter.
A two-parter?
Joke of the week, so I'm doing the next part next week.
Right.
Because I was going to say he kind of done like a 2-part joke a week there, but individual, right, okay.
Right, that's crazy. I was lying in my bed last week, right, and I was listening to music. And it dawned on me that 2 of my favourite albums, I mean like 2 of my like top 5 or top 10 albums ever, are both, all the lyrics after them are both about the lead singer's mum dying. And I was like, see, when I thought about that, I goes, how have I never connected that before? Like how, like Biffy Clyro, Puzzle, and their one that I'm going to talk about today is by a band called Touche Amore called Stage 4. But they're both about the same thing. They're both the lead singer as well, a white guy. Both their mums died with cancer. And they both wrote these albums based on their mum dying. And I was like, when it clicked in my head, I was like, that's kind of strange that I like both these albums so much and they're both a bit like the exact same thing. So, anyway, the album's called Stage 4 because it was their 4th album and his mum died stage 4 cancer. And I was like, when you hear that, you're like, instantly I'm in. Right. These lyrics are fucked, by the way. So I'm just, I don't want them there to be trauma hanged, but maybe you could listen to these, either one of these albums, the one for next week or the one for next week, and maybe be like, I don't know, like get something in you. And also touch wood, my mum's still alive.
Of course.
Aye.
So I don't know why I'm like this with them, but I'm throb with them. I think I'm kind of when you say about films, you're like, you need it to like,
I like,
touch
I
you,
want
feel
it
you.
to like kind of like hurt me a wee bit.
Aye,
kinda
wants
thing.
to fuck you
actually,
up
as
a wee
I've
bit,
got
aye.
older, I mean, I can listen to any music basically for anybody anytime. I'll just dip in and out of things, but I think I like it when it's like
Makes you
wow,
feel something,
man,
doesn't
it's
it? Makes you feel alive.
Right, so I'll get through some of the lyrics and then I'll just end with, I don't know, saying a joke. Right. This is fucked up, right? So this is for a song called Flowers and You, and what he says is, I'm heartsick and well rehearsed. I'm highly decorated with a badge that reads, it could be worse. I quite like that. There's a song called 8 Seconds. He talks about coming off stage and his phone ringing and he's like, oh fuck man. So he has to like manoeuvre his way about the crowds and get outside. Crosses the road, answers the phone. This fucks me, man. And he does it like a quote for somebody on the phone to him. She passed away about an hour ago while you were on stage living the dream. And you're like, oh, fuck, man. Right. New Halloween, this song's called. I love how I'm just reading out these grief fucking notes, man. Somehow it's already been a year. You keep finding new ways to make yourself reappear. I hope you never leave me be. I still haven't found the courage to listen to your last message to me. Fuck. This song's called Palm Dream. Feel bad laughing, but
No.
right. It felt like many years taking apart our home. I dug through 40 years all alone. Damn.
I like that one.
What about Rapture? Like a wave, like a rapture. Something you love is gone and you're like, oh man. This one's a bit bush, and this is the last one I'll read, and then I'm quickly finishing up. Right,
no
this
rush.
song's called Water Damage. That night when you took the wrong dose and weren't making any sense is a night that I often remember, and one I wish I could forget. But it's there to stay. It's been replaying over and over. The words they echo over and over. When you leaned in and said, we both know what this is, and I haven't recovered since. I'm telling you, that full album is just him, like, actual bearing his fucking soul into the melody. And you're like, for ages, they weren't playing a lot of the songs live and all that, because it's just, like, it's too fucking intense, man. Like, it's just too much, man. For ages, he was like, I can't do these songs live, because I actually just can't be...
Aye.
I watched a podcast with him not long ago as well, and he said one thing that he still struggles with now but know as much, was other folk coming up to him and saying, oh, like, this album helped me through whatever, this album means so much to me, because he was, to his detriment, he admits this, he was holding on to it as like a personal thing, and he's like, it's so weird that other folk are coming up to me about a song that's about my mum
very
being
specific to me.
and they're like, oh, my papa passed away, and they like fun it hard to like get air the fact that these songs were so personal to him.
I think you listened to that. I think it was you that told me. Listen to the Mark Hoppus memoir, and he spoke about, he wrote Adam's song when he basically wanted to take his own life, and he'd get folk coming up to him saying like it was their favourite Blink song. It's like probably my favourite Blink song, and he's like saying, like, folk walking up and they're like, oh mate, I needed that song changed my life. I was in such a dark place and it represented me in a certain way that meant I kept going, and he was like, I couldn't play it anymore because like it just took him back to that place.
Aye,
like
I think now that guy was saying that like he's got over the fact, and I think
it's a constant reminder.
They're doing a tour in that's funny, there's a song in that album called Reminder.
Oh, is it?
Aye. They're doing a tour in America, I think, and they're doing like a anniversary thing for it, but he says now it's like good for him and he feels good doing it, but
I think that would
probably
like
past the
got
point
me
of
out,
grief,
man.
I know.
Can that, like, I feel like it would be, because there's certain songs I can listen to and they'll just immediately trigger an emotional response. Not even tied personally to me, just songs that I like, or the story, like the story kind of told in it and all that. And it like just like as soon as I hear the first couple of hangings, I immediately know that I'm like got to well up almost.
On the Nates of Daylight,
Like-
it's in so many films, but in the Arrival,
Like aye.
also in Ham.
And
You
it-
need to watch that Hamnet, man.
I know.
I'm
Aye,
telling
it's
you,
one.
that one.
I'm telling you, man.
And the other thing about that is even though I think like if anybody was going to listen to any of the songs after that, you might find it a wee bit hard because he's no like, it's no like screamo death metal crazy, but like he is shouting the lyrics quite harshly, but because they're fair like a punk and hardcore background, I think like back in the day in like the 80s and 90s, nobody was getting emotional at all. And he says after he released that album, he was getting like a lot of like older, clearly older punks coming up to him and telling him they fucking loved that, and he was like, you probably didn't like any of our other music, but now you're like an old guy that like didn't like us to start with, but now we've made music about losing folk, and you can just see folk are like, no, I'm connecting with this. So but when I was lying in my bed and I was thinking about it, I was like, oh my actual god, like they're two of my favourite albums. They're both about the exact same thing.
It's kind of. I wonder if it's like it gees off like a like the specific style or the way the music gees off like an aura that just tickles you. Do you know, it just gets you in the right place. The weird
thing I know is the lyrics that he done, a lot of them are quite like hospital waiting rooms, clearing out dead folks' homes. Some of it's very, very, very matter of fact. Some of the Biffy Clyro one isn't as much like that, but some of it also is. But I don't know, man.
It's interesting that they kind of cross over anyway.
I know. It's just it must strike a chord, man.
Defo strikes.
Defo, but that's why it's like art, innit? It makes you feel something.
Because it's like loud, heavy music, but then what it's about, I'm like, fuck.
It's almost like
tender and vulnerable, kind of like the heart
like
and
a silence.
And it's like stories and stuff like that, and your imagination. But I don't know. So if MD's getting through some of the songs might fucking get you, man. He also, I think his mum was like very, very religious. So there's a few songs about her religion and him saying that like he regrets not being able to be there for her in that aspect, and she was like talking about God when she was dying, and he just couldn't do that.
Couldn't
like, that
bridge the gap, kind of thing.
And there's some stuff on it where he's just like, I regret not saying that to you, I regret not doing that, and you're like, oh my god, man.
All that stuff, man.
Anyway,
do you know, actually, see, before you wrap up your joke, I saw a Reddit thing earlier, and it was it kind of links into this. It's and it was a picture of Sean Penn and fucking Mystic River when he's getting held by when he's getting held by the police and he's screaming. The caption was, "What's your favourite movie where the actor clearly overacts?" Right, and then like there was so many folk arguing, or not so many folk arguing, but everybody was slating the guy obviously, and like the main thing that just kept coming up, like if you think that, you've obviously never lost anybody. Like you clearly do not know what real loss is if you don't watch that and feel it. And then like cunts were arguing, but it's still overacting and that, and it's like that.
Get fucking half read it.
Like it's the reaction is so like, especially in the context of the film, is totally fine. But it was just because you were talking about like loss and stuff, and I saw that and I was like, it's fucking nuts that somebody could watch that and be like, oh, he's doing far too much.
That to me sounds like complete fucking like just rejecting any emotion that can be associated with hard watch.
So
hard
crazy, man. And I imagine like Sean Penn in that moment was fucking feeling a lot of that he was doing as well, do you know, because it's fucking, that film's, it's good, but it's a fucking, it's quite a deep cut, man.
Is that the one with it's Tim Robbins, isn't it?
Aye, and it's the Waynes and one of them gets kidnapped at the start.
That's tough, man.
Because there's loads in it that is all quite fucking crazy, and then the ending doesn't really give you much fucking satisfaction either. So it's fucking.
It's based off a book, and I think I read the book.
Is it?
I think so. Is it Gene Hackman? No, I'm thinking of Mississippi Burning, which I always get mixed up with it too for some reason. Is Gene Hackman Mississippi Burning? It's fucked, I know. It's off a mental.
I think I've seen it.
Mystic River.
Wait, I thought Mystic River was a Stephen King novel.
Is it a Stephen King novel?
I thought it was a Stephen King novel. Sorry, I just clicked. I was reading lyrics there. I just clicked into what you're talking about. I thought it was a Stephen King novel.
I think it's Dennis Lehane.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I thought it was.
No. It actually has the Stephen King kind of chord because it's like Wayne's at the start, and then they obviously.
That's what made me think of that. I think there's like something else that's comparative.
But then I think the church and stuff's involved in it, and fucking all this kind of stuff, and the police, and a wee bit more darker maybe like than Stephen King's.
It was also Mother's Day yesterday, so it was kind of time to watch that as well.
Like feeling love
like 2 weeks ago.
Before.
In a way.
That came out in 2016, and I'm telling you, see for 10 years, that has cropped up somewhere on my albums, or like when you click into the more bit on the Spotify apps, it doesn't just show you the top 5. Release with one thing, and maybe it'll make somebody phone their mum the night or something. Where the fuck's it went? The questions that went unasked that appear when time has passed.
Aye,
So come back next week if you want more trauma bonding, trauma dumping, trauma whatever.
That's what we're here for, man.
Grief dumping.
We actually probably have moved a lot further away from that kind of core element that we used to have in this quite a lot.
Gun and mouth.
Aye, because we had a lot more gun and mouth earlier, I think, and then air time it's became more fun.
Aye, it's been more. I just thought it's a podcast. We talk about everything.
It became whimsical.
Aye, defo, 100%. Because there is like some ones, I don't know, I'd need to watch them all, but there's definitely there's been like back to back where I just turn up and I'm like, I just want to hurt, like defo.
Aye, we're all just sitting there like Matthew McConaughey smoking the fag and fucking True Detective.
Aye, defo.
Just before I thought of something else, do you know what I was saying about you with the films?
Aye.
How like it's emotional. I think I've found out that I actually do care what it sounds like, right? And I can listen to music without lyrics easy and it can move me. I listen to songs all the time and read the lyrics, and they are like my peakest tap thing, the most important thing to me.
Aye.
And I can fling on Bass Hunter and jump about and
Aye.
sing it. Like, I'm not like a prude with it, but just for like my like what I actually will
Your
die
personal
for.
full enjoyment
It's
type
like
thing.
I need these lyrics to not just be yeah man and all that, like that's cool, but like
Yeah,
I
we
need
got
it to
party.
be I need it to actually be the guns in my mouth. I smoked 45s a day and I'm
Aye.
staring at the river.
Sorry. I think that's why. See how I've spoke about in the podcast before, and we actually spoke about it a few weeks ago. How I wanted to have more knowledge of things and read more and
I was telling you,
was
I
a
was
big
dating
one.
Robin Williams to you in Good Will Hunting. I was saying it's no your fault. You couldn't learn these things.
Aye.
I was telling him last week. Like, he was like, I just wish I knew more about stuff, and I'm like, Bradley, just because of how you grew up and you maybe were what we were working class and we liked fit when we smoked fags.
He's
And
in a head them in this guy.
I no, honestly, I was like, I think you're denying yourself wisdom because you want to keep to your roots. I'm like, let that tree
Aye.
blossom a little, baby.
I need to stay counsel.
I'm not asking you to watch a 1956 fucking Russian film that's black and white and it's going.
You should.
Do you know what
You
it is?
should,
But
but,
I know I will. I want to. Do you know what it was? But I don't think it's actually the knowledge that I was looking for. I think that I've realised that I'm maybe more like Aaron in terms of fuck. No, but no.
What if they fuck me for?
What do you say fuck me for?
No, more in that. I think the medium that I enjoy to feel something and like films are more my thing than music has ever been.
Aye,
and I think it's
aye.
cool. I think music, but music just doesn't hit me the way I could watch a film and it fucks me. Like we went and seen Hamnet together. I know I'm talking about Hamnet again, but oh my god, I mean, I was 3 minutes of like, can't breathe, man.
Yeah,
Trying to
you
hold
just
in.
fucked up.
And Jay's just like. I'm like, what? You're not human? But it's because, yeah. But you could probably put an album on, I'd go, oh, that's quite sad, but it might actually ruin you.
Aye.
Like, see,
Or you're just not like
do you-
that
do you know-
emotional.
and
I don't know.
See, it's defo for me 100%, because like, see, when I say about like, so some of the songs that make me great is like weird ones. One of them that I always sticks out, spoke about it before, I think it's Sam Fender, The Borders. And it's
Aye.
like, it's about growing up in like an abusive household with like a fucking like the two boys, and he fucking threatens he'll kill him if he tells him that his dad hits him
Aye.
or something, and it fucks me up, but it's caused the story because I know what's coming.
Aye.
Like I know, and it's the same with like Interstellar. When I watch the stereo and it's like, it's kind of doing this, but as soon as I hear like the score bit and I know that like an and then it's like a trigger.
Aye.
So it does that, but that's like the story. It's like melded into my brain. That song is just a tune anyway. Like, but I think most folk would just listen to it as a tune. But I like it's more like a story kind of thing, where I'm like, right. So it's probably stories, I would say, but you could get stories out of that, but sometimes they're a wee bit more abstract, whereas like that Sam Fender song is not abstract. He's just like, this used to happen, it was fucking shite, I hated it, I wanted to kill this cunt, and you're like, right, aye. So aye.
Rock on, dude.
But defo more films for me than music. Some music does move me. I used to like it if I was like staying or if I'm wrecked and I listen to certain music. But like sober films can get me, but music doesn't as much. When I'm really tired, I'm awful susceptible to greeting at music, but when I'm tired, so I'm...
I feel it in my plums. Right, anyway, that's only politics. I've been talking for far too long, man.
Well, mine isn't gonna move for anything like. Well, I mean, I guess part of the thing you could be, but Jay had been telling me to read this book that I think he actually recommended it on the podcast a few episodes ago or something, and it's like, it's a guy called Graham Armstrong. It's called The Young Team, and it's all about this guy that's like, you go through his life, who's like 15, 18, 21, and it's basically him growing up in Airdrie, North Lanarkshire, and he basically is this Ned, and he goes through all these experiences, and the older he gets, he kind of gets out, and it's surrounded by these characters that are in and out his life that don't really get out, and it's like drug violence, gang violence, a lot of Ned culture, because it's set in like 2005, 2008, 2011 I think, and unreal. Like 3 days I just couldn't put it down. I was on the pan, and here my girlfriend fell asleep on the couch for an hour and I finished it like 120 pages, which is quite rare. Do you know what I mean? If you've got an avid reader here, 120 pages is probably nothing, but it's got a lot to me.
It's more than I've ever read.
But I choked for it, I think, because it was in Scots dialect as well. Like, it felt like I was reading a book that my pal wrote, or somebody I knew wrote, or like, and it felt like we kind of hung about with folk that were kind of needy and kind of part of gang violence, but it wasn't as bad where we were fair, I don't think, when we were younger, but our uncles and that were definitely a bit more into it, and it felt like
Beautiful been in the cells when I was leaving back when they grew out.
well, Jay definitely was maybe a bit closer to the cloth, know what I mean? Like cut fit, but the
Postcode wars and stuff we missed out on, like kind of fucking like Maceley, like fucking this place turning up to fight with this place, like just doing it every week. Like we mostly missed that stuff. That Ned culture.
I think we maybe had.
We got a wee bit more sheltered, maybe fake.
That was how I ended up with that thing, but
with the book.
No, with the in the cells when I was leaving.
That was culture thing. I thought that as I said it there.
She was doing a golf course or something, wasn't it? Like where
Aye, so we went down Hill Golf Course because it wasn't that far away for Crusoes. This will not make sense to them do outside Ayrshire probably, and we were hiding in the bunkers, and I think we took some older ones with us, which is kind of, I don't know what the word would be, no very great, but then it was meant to be like say 5v5 or something, and they didn't bring 5, we certainly didn't bring 5. We were hiding in bunkers, and then we seen them coming out of a hill on the golf course, and then we all ran up, and then I get caught for the police with a baseball bat and get put in the cells. Actually, and when I think about that, right, I was still staying in Crusoes, which means it must have been before I moved away from Crusoes in the summer of 2009. So I had to have been 11, 12 on actual push.
That's wild.
And I was in the cells, shoes off me, laces taking out the shoes, the lace thing taking out my Adidas trackies, and flung in a cell that actually had nothing but a pan and like a wee wooden bit with one of the blue old PE mats that you used to get in primary school. It's like slung everything, and I was in there for hours, man. And I'm like, my mum's going to fucking kill me, man. And at every juncture when stuff like that happened, you realised you're no built for this. You thought you were mental, then the consequences happened, then you realised I'm just a wee stupid boy, and that's why it stopped you from doing it next time, because you were like, oh wait, I'm no built for this, what am I doing?
There is some folk, that book kind of talks about it, like it's obviously a fictional story but based on like folk that he's probably met and that, the guy that wrote it, but there is folk that were built for it, like their dad did it,
and some folk that actually keeps them going. I'm the hardest,
that's their sustenance.
They kind of speak about it fading out the older they get, and like even like the hardest guys like having wains, and it's like, no, I've got my own life now, I'm going to change, and like there is folk like that were proper Neds that have wains and their life changes, but it's so like it's. I don't think it's as bad run about where we stay, but I mean we're all older now, so who the fuck knows?
We don't know to it. One thing I was going to say, but I think I knew at a very young age that I wasn't about any of that, and like I would deliberately avoid anything that actually I knew would lead to like bad consequences most of the time. Like, see, even if somebody dared me to do something that like held a bit of risk, I'd just be like, I'm not doing it, and they'd be like shite bag, and I'd be like, I don't care.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like how often you would just have to do things because it's like if you don't do it, I might get battered.
It was like that kind of
Like,
threat.
what?
I was like pushed back against like the peer pressure aspect. It's not that I didn't do things that I shouldn't have done in that, but definitely for a young age I was quite attuned to like, nobody can make me do something if I don't want to do it, and I don't need to do exactly what our folk tell me all the time. Know that that's the whole thing, because you just get swept up and shit and you would do things like, and you would be a wee dick. But it's just that kind of like...
Ken, what I think helped you as well, your uncles. Because I never had them that actually see MD that was older than me, they actually could kick my head. So I was quite... Because basically what happened was, we grew up, the folk that were 3 years older than us, bullied us, then we got 3 years older, bullied us. It just keeps going and going.
We missed out on that kind of bullying aspect because for older folk, because we had older folk.
Don't know, man. There was still bits, but not as bad as our folk got it. But because some were probably conscious, like, no, that's Hangy's wee cousin.
It was lesser so than our folk. I think like it's not that we didn't get some shite sometimes, but it just wasn't as bad. I think as some of our folk
got it in Hurlfix.
We went to Hurlford, we did get it in Hurlford because obviously nobody we had like my dad wasn't fair there or whatever. Like my dad's hangout at the time wasn't like where he stayed there, but it wasn't like there was no like, because it worked on like a kind of almost like respect / who do you know that's hard, who's in your face. It worked on this kind of weird hierarchy. But we in Christhouse and at the Grange, we were roughly alright. Like it's not that stuff wouldn't happen, but if anything never did happen, it was almost like, oh, one of your uncles will speak to this person who'll sort this out.
Politics.
They speak about that in the book as well. Like, it's a big thing with the characters. Like, it's true. That's Scottish council Scottish culture.
I think about that book as well as I realised that like, there is actually paid to that lifestyle that's actually worth a wee bit, but it's not worth it to have done it. But now that you have done it, you can look back and go, I'm glad I'd at least experienced some stuff. But then it also comes with the bad shit.
Like drinking in a park and fucking just being a wee bit out. Like there was obviously an enjoyment in it at the time, and also like a lived experience. Like we're not going to get to 40 and be like, see the Waynes down the park drinking and be like, oh fucking because like we're not going to.
I don't know, man.
Know that we won't have aspects of that, but because we lived that experience, it's like that's Wayne's.
It's painted it.
Like we know that's young folk.
Sometimes I've been with work and that, and they'll be like Wayne's running a bit, and I'm like, my name, man.
I know. So I feel like they have got like the Waynes have got worse. It's just see that middle ground, the 14 through to 18. It's died off because normally that like say if we've spoke about Eva before, but she was just sitting talking about she's getting a fake ID. She's got to Bakers is her life now, and she was saying to my mum, she was going, I'm gone every week, and then my mum was like, no, you'll be gone once a month and that. She's
my mum's making compromise for her 16-year-old daughter to go to a nightclub,
and she's like, no, I'm gone every week. Bakers is the only thing that matters. Like that's what she was actually saying. So like they get into more that kind of vibe.
Because there's less consequence now. We were speaking.
No, there's no consequence for young folk.
Andrea was there at the house the other day there, right? And she's obviously works in social care, all that kind of stuff, right? And I was explaining to her, Andrea's got our like cousins were kind of the same ages. Like Tony was my age, Jodie was Shannon's age, so we grew up with Andrea and her cousins all the time. And Andrea was rude, and I was explaining to her that Ava is getting a fake ID. She's one she's got to Bakers and that. I was like, Andrea, imagine we said when we were 16 that we were going to go to Bakers. We'd have the fucking slipper at the back of the head, man. And she was oh, more than that, Bradley. And I'm like, fuck it. But it's the Wayne's now is different, do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that was right either back then. Like it was made a joke.
The police don't take in the repeat offenders anymore either. Like they basically just say they can't do anything until they're like a certain age, and unless like they actually stab somebody or kill somebody, they're not got to do anything. So they let them shoplift and they let them fight and they let them do all that stuff.
I spent my full entire life trying to run away from being something that I have now ultimately fucking became, basically like your father, like and you're like, fuck man, at least I tried, I gave it a good effort.
Yeah, no, I think that comes for us all, man. I know fucking how often I think I'm fucking right, and I'm like, it's just shades of Andy, man. Do you know that way?
So I think it's just
my dad will be watching the Kens. We've spoken about that before, but where I'm just like, sometimes we'll just be like, I know, and then like, somebody will show me I'm not right, and I'm like,
like my,
I really don't like that.
I was wrong.
Like my father doesn't like football that, and like definitely some of that music I was listening to when I was 2007 or 8 or whatever, he didn't like either, so I just purposely would pursue like, I am going to play football and be louts and be Neds, because he doesn't like Neds and I want to be a Ned. So, and then new look at me, man, I'm a fat fucking film student, man. Funny how time will get you, pal. It'll come for our ears.
Oh, it's fucking.
But I'd recommend if he's why I read the book.
How that was a joke, man. I just fucking can't read that.
Aye, but it's.
You could have a family podcast, by the way.
What do you mean?
I get my dad.
Because when you I've never seen anything like, I looked at him when you were. It was the same the other week when you were talking about Ava about something I can't remember. But you just get like a.
It's
because like when we go to my mum's house, like I love it. It's like I'm not joking.
You become very active.
That's maybe my favourite thing in the world.
See, like the twin thing, that's fucking some folk, and it's like that. We're like that when it comes to like family drama and matters.
We've kind of got the same like perspective.
Because we ken exactly what the other one's going to say. It's like he's like, oh no, but she was, and then I'm like, straight away. I anticipate something interesting. Do you know what actually happened? Funny.
Yeah.
Just really quickly.
Tell me more.
Yesterday, when our Mother's Day, obviously, sitting, we were yapping to my mum. Ava was through talking about fake ID. Ava left. And we're sitting in the couch, and I was just like, right, getting ready to leave. Graham came through, like my mum's fiance.
Your stepdad.
Your stepdad, Graham, come through. And I've said before about how he puts stuff in the fucking, like, the Jaffa cakes and all that. Right, and
that's weird.
What was it she came through with? Was it like I don't know if it was like, it was, it says about fucking, so Graham's sitting on the couch, and then me and Shan were getting up to leave. We were talking about the football and that, and then my mom comes through with like a box or a bag, I can't remember what it is. It says a box of Maltesers, like, and she's like got to hang it, and Graham's like, and he spots it, and then he looks at me, looks at my mum, and goes, Julie, I'll have one of them. And then she opens it up, and the thing that's meant to be there's no there, and she pulls out a blue riband and goes, what the fuck's this? And he's just sitting buckled, and then I'm like, and I turned to Shannon, I was like, I fucking told you that's what it is. And then he's like, no, Shannon, I just love doing this and that. Like, he just loves putting the rang hanging packets so that somebody will pick it up. He says it was because folk used to eat all the Jaffa cakes, like, because he would go for Jaffa cakes and be nothing there.
Honestly,
so he just put shit in boxes. He'll finish something and then put something else in it, man. And then there's
Ava does it too. She'll turn fucking four whatever's in a box, 4 Twixies, and then put fucking a Nutrigrain bar in it or something.
Aye,
honestly, see that house, whatever is in the cupboards isn't in the cupboards ever.
It's so fucking funny though,
it's
man.
It's brilliant. See, we'll need to get you round to my mum's house, because see what we do is you just sit on the couch, right? My mum goes,
you just wait, and it just
all a cup of tea
about you,
and they just, Shannon comes in, Ava comes in, and it's like, that's my street, there's no, blah, 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 blah. No, I just shout each other, and then the dog's up, all that kind of stuff, and you're like, fucking, and then Shug comes down there, Doug, my Uncle Scott's dog's running about, and he's getting a sniff. Honestly, the house is carnage.
Do you think that explains a lot about them? Because see, when I was see when I was younger, my house was a wee bit riotous when I was younger, but because my mum and dad split up when I was so young, I've been so used to it now being like every cunt just they would, for years it was keep yourself to yourself.
I'm talking your own hang type
talking it would be a hello and goodbye, and that would basically be it.
Bradley tried to run that and he got slagged to fuck when he was like 15. He would come through in a onesie with headphones in and just sit like that,
watching the Syndicate project.
They would just like poke at him and fucking rip the piss out of him until he spoke.
Oh, honestly, man,
just leave me alone. I just want to play Minecraft.
She'd be like, my mum, like, she'd be putting out the dinner or something like that. We'd be sitting at the table, and she'd be like, Bradley, you got to watch a video where you're hanging. I'm like, I'm here, aren't I? I'm here. I'm eating my dinner.
I'm not going to speak for McKeff, right? I'm just going to say, I could not handle it, man.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it'd be too much, man.
It's not as bad as
Aye.
it used to be, but we're just.
That used to be worse.
But we used to go to my grand's and we had our
Aye,
three
and then
uncles,
all the
three
uncles were there.
aunties.
I know, I can't,
With
man.
all
It's
their
too
wains.
much.
In the
Us.
5-bedroom house, and we were all just crammed in, and then the cousins would come out. There'd be like fucking 15 20s in a house.
All sharing two
All the
books
time.
of Golden Grahams,
Fuck
man.
it, like actual, so like Ross, Scott, and George would all be having their dinner. We would be at my grand's after school, the frees.
Aye.
So there's like 6, and then my grand, so 7, and then say like Christine came out or something.
Then
There
there's
could-
Brooke Nathan.
Aye, there could
That's
be
if
like
Andrea's not came out
aye.
with Tony and Jodie.
10,
Honestly,
you
it was
could be saying
carnage.
10 cunts, and my grand's feeding 10 cunts. Like, and it would happen every day after school.
That's another thing about them as well. I don't know
carnage, it was carnage.
what your chat is with this, but I was telling Brad that camera's went off, by the way, because it's out of battery, so we'll wrap up.
aye,
What
well,
I was going
aye.
to say quickly was, I was saying to Brad the other day that I don't ever really see my cousins or my uncles that much, and it's always been that way my full life,
Aye,
so my
whereas
family's
yours-
very much a couple of folk, and
My
that's it.
our dad's side is a bit more like yours is, and it's a bit more bitty when you see them. And my
Aye,
dad's house is a lot more just like
Bit more chill.
because when I left my ma's and went to my dad's, it was more like that. Like
Aye.
me and my dad would do things together, but a lot of the time we would just do our own thing, and it would just be two ways. So
By
it
the
was
way,
kind
if
of
you're watching this, the camera cut out.
Aye. So, but anyway, we can wrap there. Huh?
Aye.
We just aye.
Wrap. Well, thanks for hanging, mate. I know we look so good right now. I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye.
Adios.
That was
Still
fucking
pointing, man. Can't
chaos,
see you.
man. They can't see you.